Welcome on in to the Region 9 recap. I'm Caden Formaster with St. George News. Let's get on into the action. We start with the Cedar Reds and the Pineview Panthers. After a couple back and forth scores, Pineview Panthers on offense, but not for long. The takeaway from Parker Dotson on the pick. Later, it's Braxton DeMille running it in for a touchdown for Cedar. In the second half, Coy Doman finds Max Yoakum. Max puts on some moves here, runs all the way back around, finds some blockers from the offensive line, takes it all the way to the near sideline before he's brought down with a horse collar tackle. Then it's down on the goal line. The Panthers looking to strike a shot towards the end zone, goes right into the hands of the defenders. They bring it right back on out, and the Cedar Reds take over on offense again. Cedar in the red zone of the Pineview Panthers. You think it's a handoff, but no, Jackson Mann all the way in for the Cedar touchdown. Looking to make some moves, trying to get away from the defense, but the defense is too strong, stripping the ball away. Junior Togiai Bloomfield, and the Reds get the ball back. Cedar would have the lead into the second half, but the Pineview Panthers won't go away. This shot into the hands of Russell Jacobs takes it down to the one. A Coy Doman keeper would score a touchdown the next play. Doman this time eyeing up Carter Buchanan. Keeps the ball away from the defense, and it's a Pineview touchdown. Finally, on the last play of the game, Tristan Delos, his second sack of the game, and that would put an end to it. The Pineview Panthers get the win, 34-30 over the Cedar Reds. On to Timpanogos versus Desert Hills. We start with Deacon Virgin rolling out of the pocket, taking a shot downfield, finds Isaac Hall, makes a guy miss, keeps on going inside the 10-yard line. Desert Hills would score in the point after attempt. Ball on the ground. Isaac Hall again rolling away. A shot at the two-point conversion, and they get it with Brady Christensen in the end zone. On play action across the middle. Tag Brenton gets the ball, makes a guy miss, and in for the Desert Hills touchdown. And it's Seth Brown on the handoff through some traffic all the way to the far pylon for another D Hills touchdown. And what's a little offense with some defense sprinkled in? Maddox Mikulecki with the sack. Late in the game, it's Isaac Hall sweeping this one all the way around to the near side, getting some blocks, and in for another Thunder touchdown. They win this one 29-13 over Timpanogos. Dixie went on the road to Canyon View, and it wasn't all wins for Region 9 as Canyon View gets the win 41-26. Highlighted by Canyon View's Jace Floyd with 135 yards on the ground and one touchdown. Crimson Cliffs went on the road to face off against the Provo Bulldogs. Tanawai Andresen threw for 334 yards and 3 touchdowns. Both Noah Whitmore and Jet Bastion with over 100 yards receiving and a couple of touchdowns apiece. Layton Christian came down to take on Snow Canyon. The Eagles would get the win 21-7. Leading the way for the Eagles was Chris Monroe, 242 yards on the ground, 28 through the air, and a couple of touchdowns. Snow Canyon's only score coming from Brody Lounsbury on a kickoff return for a touchdown. The Hurricane Tigers were on the road at Moapa Valley to take on the Pirates. They win this one 49-20. Cannon Cowan threw for 221 yards, plus Titan Borchardt with 3 touchdowns on the ground. 3 teams still remain undefeated, 2-0. Pineview Panthers, the Hurricane Tigers, and the Desert Hills Thunder. Snow Canyon and Crimson Cliffs are split at 1-1, and the Dixie Flyers yet to find that first win. And a special thanks to our sponsors, Whipple Service Champions, Nets on Fire, Stephen Wade Auto Center, Rally Stop, and Dealer Collision Center. Thank you for watching the Region 9 recap with St. George News.
Today's game is brought to you by Boulevard Home, Wilkinson's House of Lighting, Coral Canyon Golf Course, Appliance Wholesalers Plus, and City of St. George Recreation.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in to another edition of Friday Night Lights with the Fan Sports Network here from Legacy Field in Cedar City for the matchup between the Warriors and the Reds. Caden Formaster, Paul Ratliff with you tonight. And Caden, we've got a great game on our hands, and we are excited to be here in Cedar City.
We are excited to be here in Cedar City. And I got to say, I know for some of our listeners still in Southern Utah and St. George, I know there's some storms and stuff brewing that direction. For the time being, we're okay here.
Yeah.
We got football on the horizon right now for us here in Cedar at Legacy Field. So, yeah, we're excited to be here. Cedar Reds, Snow Canyon Warriors, former region foes, but now they're just geographic foes. Cedar, of course, bumping down to 3A last year, taking the championship, too. So we've seen both of these teams before on our broadcast with the Fan Sports Network, and we're excited to be here at Cedar to see both of these teams again.
Yes, absolutely. Cedar went undefeated against Region 9 last year, picking up wins over Dixie and Pineview. This year, they have fallen to Pineview last week. You were on hand for that game. And this week, they're facing another tough offense in the Snow Canyon Warriors. I mean, they had some points hung on them last week. I think this week will be no different because the Warriors offense is churning right now.
Yeah, the Warriors offense is looking pretty good. They've really dialed in the passing game specifically. You've got guys out there that are doing some phenomenal stuff. Brett Beathers, for one, has been really fantastic. Of course, we know Isaiah Thompson. He was great last year. He's bringing it back again this year. And you got to, of course, shout out your quarterback, who's the one facilitating it all, in Parker Olson. So, and that's just scratching the surface. There's still a lot of good offensive powerhouse here. Throw in Brody Lounsbury as well, someone who's kind of your Swiss Army knife. He can run the ball. He can catch the ball. Heck, if you need him to throw it, he'll throw the ball. Yeah. So he will really do it all. He was the Region 9 preseason MVP for a reason. This is a really solid offense on the Snow Canyon side, going up against, a defense that got 3 picks last week against Pineview. So I think that aspect of the game, when you see Snow Canyon on offense, Cedar on defense, that will be interesting. The secondary looked really good last week in the passing game against Pineview.
Absolutely. And for the Cedar Reds, you look at the reigning 3A champs. I talked to Coach Hyatt pregame. A lot of graduating players from last year's championship team. There's a lot of new starters being broke in, but they're starting to hit their stride. I think in week 3 could be a big week for this Cedar team.
I think so too. I mean, you're looking at this team that has a lot of talent here as well. Some guys that were on this team last year, where it was, again, a really good team, that have found their stride again this season. And you can look all across the board for that in all aspects of the game, but and we'll get into our Star Watch to see where that lines up. But I think, again, talking about quarterbacks, you got to look at Mann here. I mean, he has been so good. Jackson Mann, really one of the most solid quarterbacks that I've seen so far this year in the few weeks that we've been covering high school football. He just looks like he's poised. He's ready to go out there and play the game. And I know after last week, the way that game ended against Pineview, Cedar fans, it was the quarterback got sacked. That was the final play of the game. That was how everything ended. And so when you look at something like that, then you're like, okay, yeah, we don't want it to end like that. And I don't think he's the kind of quarterback to be defined by the last play that he experienced. He's too good of a quarterback for that. So I think that's going to be an area to look at right there, as well as, of course, the run game, which might be the strongest part of their game with Braxton DeMille behind him at running back. So I'm excited for this Cedar team tonight. I think they want a little revenge from last week. I think Snow Canyon does as well. Both of these teams coming off losses. So that's going to be an important key to this game as well, is how are these two teams going to bounce back from losses last week?
That's right. These coaches looking for the response from their respective teams. And pregame today brought to you by Scooter's Coffee. Fuel your game day at Scooter's Coffee in Hurricane with amazing drinks served by amazing people, amazingly fast. We're going to grab the quick break, be back with keys to the game and Star Watch here from Cedar High School.
Child's sports journey starts with the City of St. George Recreation. From their first steps on the quarter field to becoming a star player, our youth sports programs are here to develop talents and teamwork skills. So get out and play. Check out all the sports and get signed up at sgcityrec.org.
Everyone loves local sports and, of course, loves ice cream. And the best ice cream on the planet is Handel's Homemade Ice Cream. Open late every day of the week with dozens of delicious flavors. So after your favorite team wins, head over to Handel's to celebrate with locations in St. George, Layton, and Woods Cross.
At Findlay Subaru, we win for our customers. From the first handshake to you driving off the lot, our team runs the perfect game plan every time. Score your next Subaru at Findlay Subaru, 1453 Sunland Drive, on the saving side of the freeway.
Everyone loves local sports and, of course, loves ice cream. And the best ice cream on the planet is Handel's Homemade Ice Cream. Open late every day of the week with dozens of delicious flavors. So after your favorite team wins, head over to Handel's to celebrate with locations in St. George, Layton, and Woods Cross.
From bold statements to subtle compliments, Wilkinson's House of Lighting will help you more fully enjoy all the different spaces in your home. Find us online at shopwilkinsons.com or come in and see what's new. 88 East, 1160 South, just off Main.
Fabulous Freddy's is the locals' choice for a full-service car wash. It's fast. Have your car washed in just 20 minutes or less. Fabulous Freddy's always keeps it clean inside and out with 2 Southern Utah locations as well as in Vegas, Lehigh, and Sandy.
Flynn Group plays to win. From commercial to residential projects, we deliver the total building envelope. Roofing, glazing, and architectural metals. Championship quality every time. Flynn Group, we've got you covered.
Today's game is brought to you by Boulevard Home, Wilkinson's House of Lighting, Coral Canyon Golf Course, Appliance Wholesalers Plus, and City of St. George Recreation.
Welcome back as the Cedar Reds about to take the field here at Legacy Field at Cedar High School. And here they come as the Reds, the home crowd ready to go, revved up and making some noise for their boys as they take the sideline. Snow Canyon to take it shortly. And let's get into our keys to the game real quick here, Caden, as a couple big notes to take on each team and what they need to watch out for from the respective other team.
For sure. So keys to the game, we'll start with the visiting Snow Canyon Warriors. First up, it is stop the run. We know Braxton DeMille, and he's going to be absolutely a beast back there. So you got to make sure to try to keep that part of the Cedar game at bay if possible. Balanced attack. You want to make sure to establish the run game in the pass game. We know the pass game's strong. Make sure that the run game is right there with it. Protect Parker. Give him time to pass. Make sure that offensive line is doing what it needs to do as well. On the Cedar side, he's the man. It's Jackson, man. He's going to be one of the key contributors to the Reds in this game tonight. We got to make sure that he's light on his feet. We saw him score a touchdown on his feet last week, and we know that he can pass the ball really well as well. Locked in secondary. We talked about the amount of turnovers that they were able to take away from Pineview last week. Keep that momentum alive and keep the secondary locked in. Dangerous DeMille. We mentioned it before. We'll say it again here. Braxton DeMille is fantastic. Keep him dangerous. Keep him running the ball. Those are your keys to the game. Brought to you by the Creamery in Beaver.
All right. Thanks so much, Caden. Let's grab a quick break for the anthem. Come back with Star Watch right after this.
Flynn Group plays to win. From commercial to residential projects, we deliver the total building envelope. Roofing, glazing, and architectural metals. Championship quality every time. Flynn Group, we've got you covered.
Create your own relaxing, comfortable space. Boulevard Home offers the guaranteed best prices on furniture, appliances, mattresses, and more. And buy with no interest financing. Shop Boulevard Home, because home is who we are.
Asphalt, we don't often think about it, but we use it every single day. Holbrook Asphalt's innovative HA5 product slows asphalt aging by 67%, making roads last longer and cost less to own. Visit holbrookasphalt.com to discover more.
Hey, it's Marco from Coral Canyon Golf Course, inviting you to play the course with the best backdrop in Southern Utah. Make sure you get out and experience great golf for a great price at Coral Canyon. Visit coralcanyongolfcourse.com or call us at 435-688-1700 for your tee times.
Hey, it's Luke with Udine Associates at American Family Insurance. At Udine Associates, we love insurance so you don't have to. With a quick call, we can get you an instant quote with the right coverages. My team of licensed agents are ready to help you with better insurance from American Family. Give us a call at 435-251-9102.
We love giving back to our community, and over the years, we have provided vehicles for families in need, supported local charities, and helped train our first responders. Dealer Collision, your place for collision repair.
Asphalt, we don't often think about it, but we use it every single day. Holbrook Asphalt's innovative HA5 product slows asphalt aging by 67%, making roads last longer and cost less to own. Visit holbrookasphalt.com to discover more.
Live from Legacy Field, getting ready to kick off here soon, and about time we get into our keys to the game, brought to you by the Creamery in Beaver, a family tradition since 1952. Stop for fresh cheese curds, local dairy, and delicious ice cream. The Creamery, worth the stop. All right, what do we got for the Star Watch tonight, Caden?
Yeah, let's look at the Findlay Subaru Star Watch here as well. So first up, we're going to go Parker Olson. We look at Parker Olson here as one of the key guys because, I mean, of course, your quarterback's going to be one of the key guys, answer, right? But he has been so good so far this season behind center. I mean, he has been one of these premier quarterbacks right now in Region 9, and so I think he's got to keep that momentum going. Last week was a struggle against a fantastic Layton Christian team. I get that. You bounce back from that. You get back into it, and you try to take control, and your quarterback's got to be the guy to set that tone. So we'll see if Parker Earls can be that guy. Braxton DeMille is our star watch for the Cedar Reds. He was our star watch last week. He's going to be the star watch again this week. Why? Well, because he just is the star of this team. He is the guy that you can guarantee can go out there and just get you 5 yards if you need 5 yards. So with that in mind, you know the run game is going to be strong, and we'll see if Braxton DeMille can keep it up on our star watch. This is brought to you by Findlay Subaru on the savings side of the freeway. Check out Findlay Subaru online as well at findlaysubaru.com.
All right, we've got our captains making the way to midfield as Henrik, our camera guy, got a great shot there, getting all the captains getting ready for the coin toss today. And coin toss brought to you by Best Friends Animal Sanctuary. Tour the sanctuary, meet animals from around the country, and plan your visit at bestfriends.org. And we have got the teams congregating, getting ready here, and it'll be moments till kickoff, and the Reds looking to get the Warriors looking to call the toss, of course, and see which team ends up with the ball. And there's always some strategy to the kickoff. You can kind of defer, play with which side you'd like to defend, who wants the ball first. Some coaches prefer to kick and play defense, get that ball in the second half. So it's really interesting to see how every coin toss goes at every level of football, and we'll see how this one pans out tonight.
Do you have a preference, Paulie, on I'm a big fan of course, defer. I think that's kind of how most people are.
Yes. I mean, that's kind of the hot trend nowadays, but I think if you got a good offense, go down there and score. Start the game off, leave an impression, but we'll see. It looks as if there has been a deferred. Snow Canyon won the toss and is deferred, so Cedar will receive the opening kickoff here as the official making the and Cedar will receive. So the home fans going to see Jackson Mann and the offense ready to go here under the lights at Legacy Field. And Caden, last few observations from pregame and getting ready for the game to get going here. As what's your vibe? The crowd looks kind of full here tonight on the home side, the away side filling in. It looks like a great night for football.
It is a great night for football, Paulie. It's not just looking like it. It is it. We are definitely going to be seeing some fun fireworks tonight here from Cedar High School, Legacy Field as they call it, and one of the very few grass fields that I think some of these Region 9 teams will ever get to play on. And I know, of course, Cedar now no longer in Region 9. They'll play on more grass fields throughout their region. But yeah, every single field in Region 9 is turf. That always ends up being one of the topics of conversation whenever these teams play. But listen, the field is in pretty pristine condition right now. It's looking really good out there. The grounds crew taking care of everything here at Cedar High School. The field looks great.
Really freshly manicured, looks ready to go for tonight. And back deep for the Reds, number 2, Hunter Burgess. He is the dangerous DB, wide receiver, kick returner, punt return, does it all for the Reds. He is awaiting the kick from the Warriors. And we are getting ready to go here. Kicking off for the Warriors will be number 41, Kyron Lukes, the sophomore. And he is getting ready to send it away. And we are ready to get started with some Region 9 football under the lights at Legacy Field, Cedar High School. And here we go. Kick is up and away, and we are ready to play some football. It's going to be returnable. Back at about the 5 to the 10-yard line, cuts upfield, gets out about to the 15-20, and that's where the offense and Jackson Mann will set up. And Caden, as Jackson Mann, you were on the call for his last game against Pineview. What have you seen in the Pineview game, and what do you expect from him tonight?
I think he's just really become quite the general of this team for Jackson Mann. He's one of these guys that he definitely can throw the football. He knows he's got assets in the run game as well, and honestly, he's got good feet himself. So,
yes.
He's really, you're looking at the Cedar team that has a triple threat between a quarterback run, a running back run, and of course the pass. So we'll see what they do here on the first play.
And Mann in the gun, ready to take the snap. Takes a snap. He's going to hand off straight give right up the middle to DeMille, and he's going to surge forward for about 4 or 5 yards on first down.
And that's what you want to see on the first run of the game is try to get out there and pick up 5, or in this case, 6 yards. And that's what happens here from DeMille and Kobe Lamoureux for the Snow Canyon Warriors on the stop there. But, you wrap him up. You wrapped him up after about a yard, maybe 2, and he still got carried for another 3 or 4 yards after the wrap up.
Yeah, he surges those legs, keeps them pumping, and now man in the gun. Motioning to the line, takes a snap. He's on the roll. He's going to set his feet and chuck it. And he's got a nice little alleyway to pick up the first down. That's number 16, Austin Garrett, the sophomore for the Reds. Picks up a nice gain to move the sticks. First down for Cedar.
Expect this kind of thing from Cedar as well, where they can, do this little roll out into the flat, dump off, and kind of a screen play, get some blockers upfield for you. You already picked up 5, maybe 6 in the run game. You don't need to overdo it in the run game. Find a way to pick up 5 or 6 through the air, and they did just that, enough to move the sticks, as you mentioned, first down.
All right, man back in the gun. Takes a snap. He's going to fake the give. Screen pass out to the left, and it is going to go for about a 2-yard gain for the Reds. A modest gain on first down. Sets up a 2nd and 8 for Cedar.
Yeah, as you mentioned, modest gain, not much there. I think the Warriors defense read that one a little bit better. It helps that on the previous play, the whole line was moving to the near side and the pass went to the far side. That time, everyone moved to the far side, so the defense is moving with the ball. Easier to make the stop in that scenario. Let's see what they do on 2nd and 8.
Now, man back in the gun with DeMille to his side and ready to take the snap. Snaps back, fakes the give. He's going to roll out. He's got plenty of space. He's going to fling it out to Burgess. He's got the catch, and it is going to be short of the sticks, but it's going to make it a 3rd and manageable for the Reds. A very effective 2nd down play to get them in 3rd and manageable.
Yeah, very good play. As you mentioned, 3rd and manageable is a good spot to be right now.
Man trying to go quick here.
And good stop there. You got to give some credit to Link Hafen as well.
And DeMille going to burst up the middle, break a tackle, and he's going to surge forward for a nice first down gain, 10-plus yard carry for Braxton DeMille of the Reds.
And this is what he's so good at, right? Is, hey, you know what? We need a couple yards. He bursts through, breaks through a handful of tackles, and all of a sudden you're in Warrior territory at the 47.
And man looking to the sideline to Coach Hyatt for the play call as DeMille starting to warm up, Jackson Man warming up, and the Cedar offense is on the move. And man back in the gun. Takes a snap. He's going to fake the give. It's going to be a quick throw. It's off the helmet of a Warrior, and it is going to fall harmlessly to the turf. That was pretty tight coverage there in the zone, Caden.
Yeah, it definitely was. Check it out here. Going to take a pause here. He's going to point out this guy right there and try to get it to him as he comes back, but just a little bit too much cheese on this one and hits it right off the hands, off the helmet of Brody Lounsbury as well, and falls to the ground. Luckily unharmed for the Cedar Reds in this case.
Varying tempos from this Reds offense early. They go no huddle, they go huddle. They take their time to the line as they do here. Now man in the gun takes the snap. He's going to go straight give up the middle, and it is going to go for about a 1-yard gain for Owen Burton, the senior running back.
Will Fisher on the shoestring tackle there, coming in and just grabbing at the foot. And sometimes that's all you need is just enough to make a trip and get him falling to the ground. In this case, not much of a gain there in the run game, which is rare for this Cedar Reds team.
A very powerful offensive line for the Reds. Mauling group that loves to run the football. These linemen love to get downhill and just block for Braxton DeMille, Jackson Man, whoever's taken off. But this play, it'll be man alone in the backfield in the gun. Takes a snap. Back, fading back, throws to Burgess. Ball's tipped. It's tipped again. Falls to the turf once again. Great play in the defensive secondary by Reggie Entz, the junior.
Yeah, that was, man, that was tough. When you rushing 5 right at him off the hands. You never want to see a ball go tipped up into the air. If it's going to go tipped, you hope it goes tipped somewhere where it's not going to be accessible at all. And that one was just too close for the Reds' comfort there. Either way, it does bring up 4th and long now, 4th and 8, and they will punt this one away.
And Coach Hyde electing to punt in plus territory, sees that it's a long down and distance, doesn't want to give the Warriors good field position as the snap's back and the punt is up and away. It is returnable on the bounce if he wants it. He's going to take it. And it's going to spin off a tackle and be dragged down by a host of Reds. Number 14 for the Warriors, that's Miles Randolph on the return.
So now for the first time tonight, we see the Snow Canyon Warriors offense coming out onto the field. And, let's see what these guys can do. As we mentioned before, offensively, this is a solid team. Same with the Cedar Reds. We saw the Reds march pretty far, of course, get stopped up by the defense. Can Snow Canyon try to do something similar, maybe this time get into the end zone?
Yes. The gunslinger for the Warriors, Parker Olson, 547 yards, 5 touchdowns, 1 interception with a 72% completion percentage on the season. This kid can really sling the pill, as they say.
And we got flags on the play.
First flag of the game here. First time we'll hear our head official. And it's going to be a false start on the Warriors. Going to back them up 5. That's going to be much to the delight of the home crowd. Gets a nice little cheer. And the Warriors offense will have to start 5 back here.
Yeah, you never want to see that on the first play from scrimmage, right? I mean,
yes.
That's always rough for any offense when you think you're starting. I mean, they were already starting at the 19-yard line, move it back, starting at the 14.
Coach Taltioli probably not happy with that start for the offense, but nonetheless, they get going on 1st and 15 with Parker Olson in the gun. Sends a man in motion, and he's going to take the snap, fading back, looking deep, and he's going to take off. He's got plenty of green grass in front of him. He's going to break a tackle, and then he's going to be dragged down by the Reds, number 4. That's Junior Tagai Bloomfield.
Junior, man, he had some big plays last week as well. But listen, on the ground right there, you just saw Parker Olson go up and pick up 9 yards. So you got to keep track of that threat as well. Parker Olson on his feet when he doesn't see anything upfield. What's he going to do?
You can't let number 7 break contain. He is a guy that can get it out on the field in a hurry. He's got great legs and a great motor. Here he is in the gun. Sends Lounsbury in motion. He's going to fling it to him. He's got him, and it's a great solo effort, but no tackle there. And then he's going to be taken down on the 3rd effort by the Reds, as that's a good play that could have been a lot more yards for Lounsbury, except for this one-on-one tackle, Caden.
Yeah, gets a one-on-one attempt, and then it's Rake Marsh coming all the way across, I believe. And Hunter Burgess in on it there as well. So, that's a tough guy to take down right there in Brody Lounsbury. But they only allow 1 yard. It brings up, after 1st and 15 start, now it's 3rd and 5. So the Warriors have picked up 10 yards. Problem is they needed 15. Let's see if they can get 5 extra here.
This is the guy I'd look for if I'm the Warriors. That's Isaiah Thompson. He's a mismatch.
And another flag on the play.
Little sloppy start here for the Warriors. Another false start. Makes it about 3rd and 10. Yeah, 3rd and 10 for the Warriors. As now, what's the play call here, Caden? What has Coach Taltioli got dialed up?
My guess, 3rd and 10, you got to go pass. I would not be surprised if we see 5 receivers out there for the Warriors. Even if you have Lounsbury at the side, you watch for him to go in motion and act as a receiver here.
My guy that I spotlight, Thompson, to the top of your screen, Isaiah. And he's back to throw, and it is Isaiah Thompson. He's going to be got the catch along the sideline. That's going to move the sticks on 3rd and 10. Great throw, great catch by the Warriors.
I like when we're both right here, Paulie. Of course, we saw in motion. Lounsbury goes in motion, gives some extra receivers on the far side, but he goes with the solo option on the other side, which is a smart play. Isaiah Thompson, some of the best hands in Southern Utah.
And just a size nightmare mismatch for most corners in Region 9. He's a hulking player, plays on the hoops team for Coach Ball. He's a stud on on the gridiron and on the court. And let's see how involved he is on this series here as Parker Olson back in the gun. He's going to fake the give. He's got plenty of space and time. He's going to let it fly, and he's got a man, and it's caught across the 50 to the 45, inside the 45 to the 43-yard line goes the Warriors, and that is Brett Beathers.
You know, Brett Beathers is just that guy. He made huge plays in week 1 where he got, 2, 3 touchdowns in week 1 himself. I mean, this guy's got some of the best hands as well. I mean,
yes.
2 of the best receivers, the best receiving duo, arguably, in all of Region 9 between Beathers and Thompson. We see them both one play after another. And we see, again, now another fabulous Reddy's first down.
Beathers, 145 yards, but 6 touchdowns on the season. He's been a scoring machine. As Parker Olson back in the gun, he takes the snap. It's another throw, but he's going to change it to a run, call his own number, up the middle for about a 3-yard gain on 1st and 10.
And he needed to do that right there. He bobbled it a little bit as he was trying to get the ball up into his hands, and the pressure was coming at him a little too quickly. He knew, I don't have the time to get a pass away here. I might as well just try to tuck this and gain a couple. And so that's what he does. He tucks it, gains a few.
Now we got 2nd and 8. 2nd and 8 for the Snow Canyon Warriors as they're kind of imposing their will. Nice run pass selection here. Good variance from the Warriors. A little more pass heavy as Parker Olson's been hot, and he's back in the gun. Sends a man in motion. He's going to take the snap. He's going to give this time. Around the end, it goes number 26. That's Harvey Matthews.
Yeah, Harvey Matthews getting his number called here and taking it to the far side. And a good run, sweeping it across. Good enough pickup to bring up 3rd and about 4 now. So what do you do in this situation? Again, we saw a 3rd and 10. What do you do in that scenario? Well, how about 3rd and short? I think a few more options with this many yards to go, but I still would not be surprised to see him go through the air.
I could see them go through the air as well, Caden, but it looks like Thompson and Beathers aren't out there, which means run to me as Parker Olson going to surge forward, but I think he's going to be short. He is.
He is going to be short. He's about 2 yards short. And it was maybe the right idea here. Watch on the replay. They stack up on that fake handoff, but there's still just too many Cedar Reds in the area coming on in. Looks like Skylar Ovison making the first stop there for the Reds. And a good stop it was to now bring up 4th and short, and the offense stays on the field.
And I like this call for Coach Tautioli. I like them rolling the dice here, trying to keep the ball in the hands of their offense, get the first score of this game as a mismatch nightmare. I know it's 4th and short. I spotlight him again, all by himself. Isaiah Thompson, number 6, to the bottom of your screen. And this is going to be a push from the offensive line, but I think the defense has stood tall here. They're going to be a little bit short by my view here, Caden.
And we'll check it out on the Holbrook Asphalt replay one more time. Handoff. Lounsbury pushing for it, and he couldn't get there.
Just a cavalcade of Reds just piling on top of Brody and turning the ball over back to the Reds offense. Coach Hyatt's got to be pumped about that, and the offense got to play a little complimentary football. Defense makes a big stop. Let's see what they can do as they go straight from the sideline huddle to the line. They're ready to go as man is in the gun, or is in the single back formation. Takes the snap. He's going to give straight up the middle, and he's going to be stopped. That's DeMille for a power run off tackle, but it's not going to go for much.
Lamoureux and Greenwood right there as soon as he crossed the line of scrimmage to make it only a couple yards on the gain. And that's what the Warriors have to do. They almost have to go with a spy on the running back every single time, because if he gets ahead of steam, it's hard to slow him down. You almost have to have somebody ready to meet him at the line of scrimmage every single time. That was a good stop there by the Warriors. 2nd with a decent chunk to go on 2nd and 8.
All right, so now the Reds, 3 receivers to the bottom of your screen. And now in the gun, takes the snap. He's on the roll. Man, going to throw long. He's got nobody out there. So it looked like a miscommunication between Hunter Burgess and Jackson Mann on that play.
Yeah, if I had to guess, he thought his guy was running a post route, and instead he curled back on him and overthrew him by about 15 yards. And, hey, you know what? If anything, we just saw a little showcase of man's arm to see how far he can throw the football.
Yes.
He's got a little bit of a gun on him. So on 3rd and long, maybe they decide to do something similar again here and try to go through the air. But after that last play, I mean, you got to make sure you're making those right decisions. It didn't work very well for you on 2nd down. 3rd down, do you go with the tried and true run game, or do you try to get a little tricky and gain some chunk yardage through the air?
And now, it's up to him as he's in the gun, takes a snap. He's going to fade back, throw the screen. It's caught out, but it is a great play and great tackle behind the line of scrimmage for the Warriors. Big number 52 of the Warriors. That's Jalen Felipe, as he makes a great play there.
Jalen at our media day for Region 9.
Yes.
And what a good kid he was. And man, he is, for as big of a kid as he is as well, I mean, he's got some speed, he's got some finesse, and it's kind of fun to see that on display.
I always like when a big fella, defensive tackle, nose guard, tracks down a running back in the screen game. It shows that they're athletes too. So Jalen, good play there, my friend. And now the Reds, after a quick change of possession back to the Reds. Now they're going to send it back to the Warriors via the punt. And the punt is up and away. Short punt. It's going to bounce at about the 40 down to about the 37, 38 yard line. 37 yard lines where it's going to settle in. And that's where the Warriors will take over on offense. We've had kind of a defensive struggle here early, Caden. Both teams just kind of playing tough, stingy defense.
Tough, stingy defense indeed. And you know what? I don't mind a low-scoring football game. You know, give us some tough, stingy defense. Under a minute left to play here in the first quarter, so we'll see how the Warriors are able to round out the first quarter. I do want to give a shout-out, too, by the way, to our Cedar Reds fans. We appreciate everyone that showed up for our pep rally pit stop at Texas Roadhouse, where I know, again, when it comes to football, the Reds might not be in Region 9, but for every other sport they are, and we wanted to recognize them at the pep rally pit stop. So we did that last week on Friday, just a week ago today, and it was so much fun. Got to chat with Coach and get his insight before the game. It was so much fun, and donated some money to Cedar High School as well.
And Parker Olson ready to go, and he takes a snap. He's fading back. He's looking long, and it is tipped twice, and it falls to the turf. Looking for Brett Beathers there, just could not connect.
So, yeah, Bloomfield was right there. Check this out here on the replay. He's the middle linebacker right there. He backs up, and pass goes right to his hands. And, man, that was a pick if I've ever seen one, but just couldn't hang on to it. Lucking out are the Warriors on that play.
Absolutely. Playing a little bit of a gamble there, throwing into that tight of coverage with that many Reds around, but they survive it and get to 2nd down and 10 here as the huddle breaks for the Warriors. And now Olson calling out to his line. He's got 2 receivers to the top of your screen, Isaiah to the bottom. It's a handoff, and it's going to be blown up again. Reds' defensive front is just mauling the Warriors' offensive line right now.
Man, between, I don't even know which names to call. Rick Marsh was in on that.
Yeah.
Give Owen Burton a call there as well. I mean, there's so many Reds that were in on that play, and they're just showing why, you know, the run game, they're like, no, that's our thing. Let us run the football. We'll stop it on you, you know? And that's what they're doing here tonight. It brings up now 3rd and long, a loss of 3.
And now the first quarter winding down here from Legacy Field at Cedar High School. 15 seconds and ticking, probably the last play of our first quarter. As Olson in the gun. Sends Lounsbury out in motion, takes a snap. He's going to fade back. There's good pressure. He throws it long. He's held. Thompson got the catch. He's still going to mount down the sideline. 10-5, Isaiah Thompson, touchdown.
Now, we do have a flag on the play, but I would not be surprised if this goes against Cedar, just based off, it looked like it was in the realm of holding. Let's check it out here on the replay. Yeah, I mean, I would not be surprised if that ends up being a holding call and they call touchdown good. It looks like they will call touchdown good on the play. Flag goes against the Reds here.
Incredible deep shot. And the touchdown is good. It's going to be a holding on the Reds as Isaiah, they got some laundry. They were great. They were kind of draped all over him, got a hold on him. He still breaks free, makes the catch down the sideline for the long touchdown. And now The Warriors trying to add the extra point with Kyron Lukes. As the snaps back, kicks up, and it is good. Oh, no good. I'm sorry. I made an early call on that one. No good on the extra point. So we will hold our score on the Wilkinson's House of Lighting scoreboard at 6-0. Warriors on top. We'll be right back after this quick break.
Asphalt, we don't often think about it, but we use it every single day. Holbrook Asphalt's innovative HA5 product slows asphalt aging by 67%, making roads last longer and cost less to own. Visit holbrookasphalt.com to discover more.
You could wander around a warehouse store forever and never find the one thing that could make all the difference. A helpful face? Now that's something to consider. Everything your local Bucks A stands for is written on our faces. Welcoming, neighborly, knowledgeable. When you're in need of a helpful face, visit one of our 3 Southern Utah locations.
Huge news! Sport Court has a brand new showroom and design center, and it's next level. See why so many are choosing Sport Court here in Southern Utah for top quality basketball, pickleball, and multi-purpose courts. Learn more at sportcourtofsouthernutah.com.
Back live, Legacy Field, Cedar High School. Tonight's play-by-play brought to you by Dixie Motors, locally owned and built on honesty, trust, and treating customers right. Shop more than 20 vehicles under 20,000, select vehicles under 10,000. How about that from Dixie Motors? How about the Warriors cashing in with that long touchdown to Isaiah Thompson?
Yeah. As
he flew down the sideline, showed that speed, looked like a deer running down the field. And now
they picked up the flag as well. So remember, there was that holding call against Cedar, and so that's why they are now kicking off in the 50-yard line because the holding call on the last play, which of course was on the touchdown. So they elected to put it here on the kickoff.
And the kick is up and away to the Reds. It's fielded at the goal line, out to the 10, the 15. Good amount of speed to the 20, to the 33-yard line. That's where the Reds will set up shop. Pretty good kickoff return for Cedar.
Good return indeed. And hey, you know what? Anytime you're getting field position a little closer than that 20-yard line, it's a good spot for it. But there is a flag on the play, so we'll see what the flag is for, see if it's going to come forward or backward.
During the return, holding. Cedar, number 9, 10 yards, 6 foul.
So there is a holding on the Reds. It's going to be on number 9, Owen Burton. That's going to back up Cedar to about the
put him at the
13-yard line.
I spoke too soon, Paulie. I said anytime you get past that 20, it's a good spot to be. But, of course, the flag puts him in different territory.
That's right. The old announcer's jinx. You believe in that?
No.
Neither do I. So.
I'm not that superstitious of a person.
That's right.
I'm a little stitious.
All right, as Jackson Mann is back in the gun looking to answer for the Reds. He takes a snap. It's a handoff straight up the gut, and it's going to go for a nice chunk of yardage. Braxton DeMille out to about the 21-yard line, 22-yard line.
Yeah,
a nice little pickup about 8 or 9.
Yeah, give him 9 yards here. And that's what they wanted to see here. You know, get that flag out of the way, and let's just say, all right, let's just go get a 1st and 10. And now, of course, they still need another play to get it done, but a 9-yard pickup on the ground is fantastic. It's a great way to start off the drive here for the Reds.
We've spotlighted Isaiah a few times. He made a big play. Got to do it for the Reds here. This is Hunter Burgess up top. He is their most dangerous threat in the receiving game. As the snaps back, and it's another handoff to DeMille, and he's going to break a tackle, surge forward, pick up a 1st down, and keep the drive alive for Cedar.
Man, doesn't this kid just never slow down? I mean, that's how it feels. He's just always on top of it on the run game, and when you think he might be done, he'll still pick up 4 more yards.
Now the Reds at work, offense at work in the huddle, devising the play to attack these Warriors who are leading 6-0, 10:42 in the second quarter on our Wilkinson's House of Lighting scoreboard. As man motions, takes the snap. He's back. He's looking. He's throwing. He's got a man out of the backfield. It's Braxton DeMille, and he's going to break a tackle, surge forward again to almost the 50-yard line, give him the 47. of Cedar.
Man, what a play this was. Check this out. He's all alone. There's a blitz coming from that far side from Snow Canyon. And just like that, the corners rush in, leaves it wide open for DeMille. Beautiful play. I mean, here's the thing. That was good play call. Maybe a little bit of luck. You weren't expecting the blitz from that far side, but it happened anyway. Fantastic play for the Reds to move the ball forward.
And now Mann is ready to go once again. Takes a snap. He's going to feed DeMille, and he's going to be stopped in the backfield. Big tackle for loss. Number 21 of the Snow Canyon Warriors, Crew Jensen, surging into the backfield, making a stop.
The rare loss of yards for the Cedar Rush game right here. And it was, again, it's due to Snow Canyon on the blitz. They said, all right, they passed the ball last time. They're probably not going to do that again. Blitz twice in a row. Let's just catch them off guard and say, hey, we didn't read it last time very well, but we'll read it this time. And boy, did they. Getting them short for 2 yards. 2nd and 12 coming up. By the way, scoring update brought to you by Flynn Companies. Crimson Cliffs right now trailing to Cedar Valley 7-0.
Wow. That's a surprising scoring update, as now Mann back in the gun, flings it out. There's a dealer collision. Big hit from the Warriors. Number 3. That's a big one from Link Hafen. Lays him out.
Wow. And that might have rocked him a little bit here. He turned and the ball came out, but I think he was down. They're going to call he was down, but
receiver was Austin Garrett.
That was an insane hit. Link Hafen coming in hot. And anytime I see that, my first thought is, man, I hope that receiver's okay. Austin Garrett coming in tough here. Just a sophomore, by the way. And he's back up and at it, but wow, that was a huge hit. Glad to see him okay.
As now Mann back in the gun, takes a snap, fading back, looking. He's going to throw, and it's behind his receiver, almost intercepted by the Warriors. Number 14, Miles Randolph, was lurking.
And now Miles Randolph's going to trot back to receive this punt here on 4th down. And, of course, interceptions are always great. You want takeaways whenever you can get them. But, listen, holding a team to 4th down, especially a team with as much offensive firepower as the Reds have, this is another good defensive stop by Snow Canyon. Make it 2 now for this Warrior defense, forcing the Reds to punt.
The Reds will punt indeed. Randolph stands back deep, awaiting.
Or this is actually their 3rd punt, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes. Now. The boot from the Reds is up and away. It's a high punt, going to fall at about the 20, bounce. Randolph's going to make a play at the ball, and it's going to sneak into the end zone for a touchback. Wow, that could have been a disaster.
That was almost the best punt I've seen in high school football in years. That was almost perfect. And I think the Reds that were running down to track down that punt, I don't think they were expecting the roll that they got. I mean, you can check it out here on the replay. These guys, they're watching it land. They watch it bounce. They put on the brakes. They're jogging. And it lands at the 20 and it rolls 21.
Wow.
Tried to get there. What a punt that was.
That was
Man,
a
fantastic.
Great punt. Great hang time, great roll. And it sets, but nonetheless, it goes for a touchback. No matter how pretty it was, it does fall into the end zone, and it'll bring the Warriors out to the 20-yard line, and that's where they will set up shop with Parker Olson ready to go. Line is set, sends Lounsbury in motion, takes a snap. He's going to fade back, look deep. He's going to look deep and still look, and he's going to be pulled down and sacked for the first sack of the game by the Reds, and it comes at a big time. Number 17 of Cedar finds the backfield, Rake Marsh.
Yeah, Rake Marsh is a fantastic defender. And listen, they only rushed 4 here. This isn't like this is a blitz either. And Olsen had a lot of good time there. I mean, you got to give credit where credit is due in 2 places. Number 1, the offensive line or the defensive line for sticking it out and trying to make the play. Give it to the secondary as well for locking it up out there and giving Olsen nowhere to throw the ball. That was textbook defense from the Reds.
And we remember the week 1 game where the Snow Canyon Warriors scored 64 points. This game, a little bit different dichotomy tonight, a little bit of a defensive slugfest as the snap back, and it's going to be blown up again. The run game for the Warriors, having some trouble against the Cedar front.
Check out it was really the snap here. Watch this snap. It was off the mark, high and to the right, and then the handoff comes in just a little too late maybe due to the higher snap. Olsen gave it down as quickly as he could, but then the Cedar defense was right there as well. So it brings up 3rd and 20 here with under 7 to play here in the first half.
A lot of young players for the Reds up front. I want to shout out a couple that I've seen. Gavin Hines, the sophomore defensive tackle for the Reds, been living in the backfield, been making plays today. Really like what I've seen from that youngster, as Olsen and the Warriors tasked with a 3rd and a country mile here. Takes the snap. Olsen looking long. He's going to throw it short. Isaiah Thompson catches. He's going to cut, and he's going to be slung down, gang tackled by the Reds. That's going to bring up 4th down and another punt in this game.
Yeah, it's going to be about 4th and maybe 17 or so here. And as you mentioned, yes, another punt, which for Snow Canyon isn't great. They actually don't have the best kicking and punting game. Their punter is Isaiah Thompson.
Yes.
So, they've got a receiver as their punter as well. So just keep that in mind. And we'll see if he can get a good boot on it here.
And back deep for the Reds is a dangerous returner. That's Hunter Burgess as he's stalking the ball. He's going to catch it at about the 45. He's going to advance to the 50. He sees a lane outside. 45-40, 35-30. He's going to cut inside down to about the 25-yard line. And that's going to send a jolt to life on the Cedar sideline. Nice return for the Reds.
Nice return indeed, getting all the way down. As we mentioned, hey, you know what? Try to get a good boot on it. He really did. He got it downfield a ways, filled it at the 44-yard line, but just brought it all the way back. Good blockers up ahead of him as well. Good spot to be for the Reds as they start their drive well into Warrior territory, almost pushing into the Red Rock Real Estate red zone.
We are nearing the Red Rock Real Estate red zone as man in the offense ready to go. Takes the snap. He's going to hand straight give to Braxton DeMille. He's going to bounce off a tackler, bounce off another tackler, and he's going to surge forward for a 1st down on a 1st down carry. So good for the Reds. They're going to move the sticks. 1 carry, 12 yards to start the drive.
Man, yeah, fantastic spot here to start the drive, moving the chains immediately. Hey, you know what? Go from a Fabulous Freddy's 1st down to a Fabulous Freddy's 1st down. Nothing wrong with that.
Pretty good setup for the Reds as man in control. DeMille starting to gain steam on the ground. Let's see if they can get their passing game going a little more here as man in the gun. Sidecar is DeMille. He's going to get another carry. They're going to feed him, and he is blown up in the middle there. That time, Snow Canyon ready and waiting as number 25 of the Warriors. Yeah, Caleb Greenwood makes first contact there.
Yeah, good stop for sure from Greenwood coming in after that big gang got blown up. You know what? Hey, try to do something different on the defensive side here, and they did. They were able to put a stop to it. And again, still in the red zone here, 15 yards to go till they hit that goal line. But still, the Reds are going to be dangerous in this territory. Snow Canyon defense needs to be ready on 2nd down.
That's right. Hunter Burgess down to the bottom of your screen as we see him right there. As now Jackson Mann takes a snap. He's back. He's going to throw. And it is incomplete. A little too hot on that one, as it is going to bring up a 3rd and 9 from deep in Warrior territory. You got to feel like if you're the Reds, you want to capitalize here.
Yeah, you want to capitalize indeed, and we'll see what they can bring on this play. Again, you want to try to surprise the Snow Canyon defense. And what's the best way to do that? Because through the air, they tried to surprise them on that last play, and it just didn't work out on the incomplete pass. But with 2 guys on either side of man, good chance for a run here. We'll see.
DeMille and
they
Burton.
jumped.
And Burton, number 9 in the backfield, moved a little early there. So that's going to back them up 5 yards and make this a 3rd and 14 yards. Number 67. So they got one of the linemen, one of the big fellas.
It was Jackson Crowley down there. Jackson Crowley was moving a little bit on the right side.
As now man back into the huddle with a 3rd and 14 from the 20-yard line with 4:25 on the Wilkinson's House of Lighting scoreboard in our first half. Mann and DeMille make up the backfield. 3 receivers to the top of your screen, as now that we got another pre-snap penalty and a little contact on the quarterback there. But flag kills the play, and we've got another false start on the Reds. A little sloppy from both teams, pre-snap penalties. The Warriors earlier in the game. Now the Reds being a little bit of the penalty bug here in the second quarter. Not at a great time either, as they were nearing the end zone, Red Rock Real Estate red zone. They were in there. But now, pushed back. Jackson Mann in the gun.
And
it
another whistle. This is a timeout this time.
Timeout on the field. Cedar.
So
we've got a timeout.
Probably smart here.
Brought to you by UD and Associates. For competitive rates on home, auto, or life insurance, call Luke at 435-251-9102 for a free quote. I wonder what's going on in the huddle for Cedar right now with Coach Hyatt. I mean, he's got to be kind of upset about these 10 yards of penalties on third down. Got to be tough.
Well, I mean, here's the biggest thing you're looking at right here. You went from field goal territory to not being in field goal territory anymore. I mean, at the high school level, you kind of want to cap that around 40 yards, right? I mean, that's when it starts to get a little more dicey. And if you were to set up for a field goal right now, you'd be looking at about a 42-yard field goal. So, you're starting to see that, hey, we're getting to territory where we might not score on this drive. So calm down. You're fine. The game's early. They only have a 6-point lead. That's not much. We can answer back with a touchdown right here and take the lead if we get the extra points. So just calm down. The game is young. We play our brand of football, and we're good.
And the good they are, we'll find out, as Mann and DeMille in the gun. Mann takes the snap. He's going to roll out, play action roll out. He's going to set his feet and throw, and it's going to be knocked down, incomplete. Great play there by number 21 of the Warriors. That is Crew Jensen.
Crew Jensen coming in, breaking that up. And, if he was there a half second earlier, you might be looking for another penalty, but this time on the Warriors, he got right on the back. Perfect timing, but I know that some Cedar fans might be a little upset about the contact early, but it wasn't enough for a PI call. Instead, it is fourth down. And again, a 42-yard field goal. This is the point where it starts to get a little tough for some of these high school kickers.
Long kick here as this one's up. And it is. No good. No good. Once again, a kick falls just shy of going through the uprights, and it's going to turn the possession back over to Snow Canyon, already with a 6-0 lead and getting the ball back on offense.
Yeah, it looks like right there, again, the boot on it was maybe just enough distance, but again, just outside of that zone. And like we mentioned, what's the conversation right here? It's hey, you're getting us out of scoring territory. So let's put on the brakes. Let's just take a deep breath and chill. And now it ends in a turnover and no score for the Reds. So it's 1st and 10 now for the Warriors.
Now Olsen back in the gun. He's going to do the jet sweep. It's going to go around the edge, and the broken tackle squirting forward. That is Reggie Entz of the Warriors making a nice play on the jet sweep.
This is the third guy that we've seen running the ball for the Warriors here, and this time all the way around the edge for another first down. I mean, exactly a 10-yard gain. And so, you know what? We like to see it. The junior coming in getting some minutes. Reggie Entz, fantastic.
Now this Warrior offense keeping the Reds defense guessing a little bit. They were shutting down the run earlier, but now I think the run-pass variance has kind of got them guessing a little bit defensively. And let's see if the Warriors can continue to move the football and maybe cash in another points of some form. Here we go as Parker Olsen takes the snap, fading back, looking long. He's going to throw short, though. It's Isaiah Thompson. He's going to spin free from a tackler. He's going to take on one and be pushed out of bounds for about 7-yard gain on first down, 6-7 yards on first down. So good pickup for Isaiah Thompson, who has been very involved in the offense early.
Yeah, it's a good pickup indeed, and he has been involved. Hey, he's got the only score of the game, right? So you got to give him credit for sure. Great hands from Thompson there and fighting for as many yards as he could on second down.
As now the Warriors back to work as Lounsbury going to bust through, and he's going to pound forward for a few, and it's going to be enough. That's going to move the chains for a Fabulous Freddy's first down for Brody Lounsbury.
First downs are always nice to get here with the time on the Nets on Fire clock ticking down out there. Again, you just want to try to push this into where you can get into some scoring territory, but plenty of time to do it. If I'm the Warriors, keep that clock moving. If you end up in a situation where you run out of downs and have to give the ball back, you don't want to give time back as well.
Beathers and Randolph to the top of your screen. Lounsbury in the backfield with Olsen. Olsen takes the snap. He's going to fake the handoff. He's going to throw. He's got Beathers out there. He's going to make the catch and work his way to the sideline for another Fabulous Freddy's first down for the Warriors.
And in this situation, again, you don't want to stop the clock, but you'll also just take yardage too. So whether you might be a little upset about the stop clock, you're more excited about the gain of yards, and now you're in Reds territory with just over 2 minutes left to go here in the first half. And they will take a little bit of a break, and they'll talk this one through and say, what exactly do we want to do here in the huddle? And, of course, break the huddle. Let's see what they've got on first down.
It's now Thompson, who's been the money man for the Warriors, is to the bottom of your screen as Olsen barking out the signals. Takes the snap. He's going to give to Lamoureux around the end. Or is that Harvey Matthews? I'm sorry, number 26 is Harvey Matthews around the edge for a nice first down carry. About 4 yards there on first down for Matthews, who is just, I believe, just a sophomore, so a youngster for the Warriors, getting in the action and picking up a nice gain on first down. Going to bring up 2nd and 6 from the 41-yard line of the Reds. Warriors are driving and on the move as Olsen in the gun. He's going to send a man out wide. That's Lamoureux. He's back, or that's Matthews. As he's going to chuck up a deep one. He's got Isaiah. There's going to be another flag. You got to think, and the late flag comes in.
Yeah,
it was a lot of contact. Isaiah's getting kind of held up there on the outsides as we see on the Holbrook Asphalt replay.
Yeah, check it out here. So Parker Dotson, number 22 on this one, and the ball goes out there deep, and it's that contact right there, a little late. Here's the thing. I don't think that Isaiah Thompson's getting to that ball anyway, but the pass interference call has to come. The contact happened while the ball was right over the top of Thompson's head.
And I think the official was going through that same dilemma that you were saying, because would he have caught the ball? That's the question, but it was such a hold that held up his momentum. You had to throw it. That's why you saw kind of a later flag. He kind of threw it late. So.
And I don't know if it was late because he was thinking about, is this a flag or not, or if he just couldn't get to it in time. I don't know. But either way, it is first and 10. Here we go.
And now Olsen rolling. He's going to look deep and throw short, and it's going to be picked. It is picked, and it's coming to the near side of the field. That is the Reds, who have intercepted the football, moving to the 30-yard line, and they have turned over possession once again.
Well, how about you go from the mistake of getting the flag called on you to the triumph of taking it away with the pick. Parker Dotson here. Check it out on the replay one more time as the pass goes out over the head of the intended receiver, and Dotson's right there. What a play for the Reds to take the ball back with 1:10 left to try to even things up on the Wilkinson South Sliding scoreboard before the end of the half.
1:11 remaining as Jackson Man and the offense back out for one more run in this half. Here we go as Braxton DeMille going to get the draw up the middle, and it is going to go for just about 1 yard. And the clock going to continue to move as the Reds going to go no huddle to try and expedite things. Man looking to the sideline for the call. He's calling out to the offensive line. He's back in the gun, trying to hurry here. Takes the snap, fading back, looking deep. He's looking. He's going to run up the gut. He's going to pick up about 6 yards on second down, bring up 3rd and 3 with the clock running down 36 and ticking.
Yeah, again, move quickly here. Second down and short to go. Just try to keep that ball moving forward and keep the clock on your side.
3rd and 3 now for the Reds as Man is ready to go in the gun. Takes a snap, fading back. And it is thrown over the middle.
Whoa.
Great catch. As he's going to call him down as the knee was down, but an amazing catch by number 16, Austin Garrett, who was the one we had the dealer hit collision big hit earlier. He made up for it there with a massive catch.
We got to check that one out one more time. Timeout taken. So we have some time on our side. Look at this little spin move. Is he breakdancing out there on the grass, or is he playing football? I can't really tell. What a play that was. What a catch.
Yes, by Austin Garrett, just a sophomore. Made a couple plays early in this game as we've got a timeout on the field. And today's play-by-play is brought to you by City of St. George. There's a league for you with City of St. George Recreation. Explore youth and adult sports and register today at sgcityutah.gov/parks and rec. Also brought to you by Simply Wisdom Teeth. They keep it simple. All 4 wisdom teeth removed for $899 with quality, comfort, and value. Learn more at simplywisdomteeth.com as we are ready to go with the last 14 seconds of the first half here. Jackson Man, Braxton DeMille in the backfield. Man takes a snap, fading back, looking. He's going to throw across the middle and is through the hands of the intended receiver, number 2, Hunter Burgess.
Now, here's the thing. There's only 9.5 seconds left to go. The clock stops with the incomplete pass, so you've got, I wouldn't say time on your side here, but at least you have a stopped clock. But here's the thing. You're basically going to have to go upfield quickly, get out of bounds. You do have some timeouts left, I believe. I think they have one timeout left. The scoreboard for us isn't up to date on how many timeouts are actually left. I think Cedar's taken 2, so I think they have one left, but we'll see what they can do on second.
Man, fading back. There's some pressure on. He's rolling out. He's flushed. He's going to throw to the sideline. It's caught.
That's going to be in. Here's the thing. It's a first down. The clock will stop until they set the ball, but they've got to move those chains. They've got to get ready. There's only 3 seconds to try to make something happen. They'll take their final timeout.
They will burn their last timeout of the half for the Cedar Reds. As we see here on the Holbrook Asphalt replay, as Man rolls out, slings the ball to the sideline. Great throw to his money man there, Hunter Burgess, leading receiver for the Reds coming into this game. He's had an excellent season, Hunter Burgess, because I was checking his stats this week. I was just surprised by some of these numbers. I mean, just crazy production early in this season, as he's been the go-to weapon for the Reds in the passing game, and it is not even a close second. I mean, he's been the dominant receiver.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. Now, again, here with, not a lot of time left, enough time for one last play. You try to do something tricky. Really, it's end zone or bust. That's all you've got right here. So
yeah,
you've got to try to do something tricky. Do you look at this one-on-one matchup at the bottom of your screen, or do you look for some blockers like you have at the top of your screen on a screen pass?
Man gonna look deep. He's flushed. He's got not a lot of room to operate with, and it's going to run out the clock for the first half. And we are going to head to halftime with the Snow Canyon Warriors up on the Wilkinson's House of Lighting scoreboard 6-0. We're going to take a quick break, be back with a halftime show right after this.
Huge news! Sport Court has a brand new showroom and design center, and it's next level. See why so many are choosing Sport Court here in Southern Utah for top quality basketball, pickleball, and multi-purpose courts. Learn more at sportcourtofsouthernutah.com.
It's time to get your game on with Mountain Mike's oven-roasted chicken wings. They're meaty, juicy, in 4 bold sauces ready to tempt your taste buds. Order online or on our app for carryout or delivery.
This cheesesteak is so freshly grilled, you can still hear it sizzling.
I can hear it too.
Me too.
Actually, it's the
Cheesesteak?
grill.
Grilled right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing.
Hey, it's Spence with Grass Creek Construction. Southern Utah is our home. We love this community. When you see us around town at events and games giving back, please make sure to say hello. Grass Creek loves to be a part of what makes Southern Utah great.
Need an appliance or two? AWP's got you. Check out the remodeled expansive showroom, highlighting the Cafe series with colors like matte black, matte white, and modern glass. Make your kitchen stand out. Come see the local boys at AWP across the freeway from the Bloomington Walmart.
In Beaver, Utah, just off I-15, there's a place where families slow down and make memories that last long after the trip is over. It's where familiar flavors, friendly faces, and simple moments come together. The Creamery, since 1952.
Hey, it's Luke with Udine Associates at American Family Insurance. At Udine Associates, we love insurance so you don't have to. With a quick call, we can get you an instant quote with the right coverages. My team of licensed agents are ready to help you with better insurance from American Family. Give us a call at 435-251-9102.
Aloha, sports fans. It's Boo and Nick from Honolulu Grill. Come get a taste of the islands. Try our famous Kalua pork or tender teriyaki chicken, and you'll love our mac salad and sweet sauce on your rice. Don't forget to try our original Kava 8 at Honolulu Grill. It's game time.
Best Friends Animal Sanctuary in Kanab is open daily for free family fun. Take a tour, volunteer, hike a trail, or bring home a new best friend. Visit Best Friends today for magical memories that'll last forever.
At Findlay Subaru, we win for our customers. From the first handshake to you driving off the lot, our team runs the perfect game plan every time. Score your next Subaru at Findlay Subaru, 1453 Sunland Drive, on the saving side of the freeway.
Fabulous Freddy's is the locals' choice for a full-service car wash. It's fast. Have your car washed in just 20 minutes or less. Fabulous Freddy's always keeps it clean inside and out, with 2 Southern Utah locations as well as in Vegas, Lehigh, and Sandy.
Scooter's Coffee and Hurricane is the best way to start your day or get you through your day. From breakfast sandwiches to cinnamon rolls to amazing smoothies and, of course, coffee, anytime is a good time to sip and smile. Scooter's Coffee, open 7 days a week.
Every young athlete starts somewhere. The great ones start here. Every session is coach-led, age-specific, designed for safety, growth, and real athletic development. Our turf awaits.
Need an appliance or two? AWP's got you. Check out the remodeled expansive showroom, highlighting the cafe series with colors like matte black, matte white, and modern glass. Make your kitchen stand out. Come see the local boys at AWP across the freeway from the Bloomington Walmart.
At Findlay Subaru, we win for our customers. From the first handshake to you driving off the lot, our team runs the perfect game plan every time. Score your next Subaru at Findlay Subaru, 1453 Sunland Drive, on the saving side of the freeway.
Oh, hello, Italian nightclub from Jimmy John's. Ciao, freshly baked bread piled with Italian-style meats. Hey, hand-sliced veggies. Am I obsessed with this sandwich? Yeah. So what if I am? Jimmy John's. Order online or on the app.
Create your own relaxing, comfortable space. Boulevard Home offers the guaranteed best prices on furniture, appliances, mattresses, and more. And buy with no interest financing. Shop Boulevard Home, because home is who we are.
From bold statements to subtle compliments, Wilkinson's House of Lighting will help you more fully enjoy all the different spaces in your home. Find us online at shopwilkinsons.com or come in and see what's new. 88 East, 1160 South, just off Main.
Today's game is brought to you by Buck's Ace Hardware, Fabulous Freddy's, Udine Associates, Dealer Collision, and Findlay Subaru.
Welcome in to the halftime show presented to you today by the Pickle Pad, bringing pickleball, great food, drinks, games, and plenty of fun to St. George this October. And Caden, as we look on the Wilkinson's House of Lighting scoreboard, just 6-0 for the Warriors. We've kind of had a defensive slugfest in this one.
Yeah, it has been a defensive slugfest indeed. I mean, we've seen really, and you think about takeaways and stuff like that, we've only seen one interception.
Yes.
I mean, and that was from Cedar. So we're not seeing a big amount of turnovers here. It's a lot of turnovers on downs. That's what we're seeing. There has been one missed field goal from Cedar, and there has been one touchdown from Snow Canyon. And outside of that, it's been a lot of punts. And so if you really like to watch that kind of football, that's what you're getting tonight here at Cedar High School. Snow Canyon did get a touchdown on the board, as we mentioned. They did not get the extra point in, so it remains again 6-0. Snow Canyon on the Wilkinson's House of Lighting scoreboard. But that's where we're at. It's a tight one. It still feels like this is absolutely anybody's game. But the Cedar offense needs to get moving a little bit here. I feel like as we mentioned before in our keys to the game, the run game is doing really well, but the run game hasn't opened up the passing game as much as they would like. The passing game still needs a little bit of work on the field tonight. So, I'd like to see that part of the game get rolling a little bit more here for the Reds, and it just hasn't quite got there yet.
That's right. And you mentioned the Warriors on the board, and let's go back to that Warriors touchdown.
Yeah.
Isaiah Thompson, man, this was a lightning bolt from number 6 of the Warriors as he found an opening on the sideline and got all the way down, as we see here on the Holbrook Asphalt halftime replay. Tara Atkin, our producer, doing a great job as Isaiah Thompson, man, what the catch radius, the speed, the size, he showed it all there.
Yeah, he really did. Fantastic play from him, and there was a flag on that play as well. So fighting through the contact and through the flag and making his way into the end zone, that's the kind of touchdown you want to see right there. So, good start there from Snow Canyon getting on the board early. But again, even from them, we haven't seen a lot. As you mentioned, it is a defensive game. Both defenses have had some very bright and shining moments. Tackles for loss. We're seeing, as we mentioned, one interception. But ultimately, it really just comes down to reading the offense and making your stops. And that's what they're doing really well. They're making stops when they need to make stops. And it's not always tackle for loss. It's not always interceptions. It's not always the big things. Sometimes it's just, hey, it was a 2-yard gain and you stopped him. And then it was another, stopped him at the line of scrimmage. And now all of a sudden it's 3rd and 8. And you're like, oh, hey, all we need is one more. And they go for a pass and it falls incomplete. And you say, we did our job. 4th and 8, let them punt. And that's what we're seeing tonight. It's just really good quality defense.
Absolutely. As right now, I don't know if we're going to get our Holbrook Asphalt Big Score dessert, but somewhere around town, when any Region 9 team scores 25 points or more, celebrate after the game with a buy one, get one at Yogurtland, courtesy of Holbrook Asphalt. That's the Big Score dessert. And we are going to grab a quick break, come back with a little more halftime coverage and the second half kickoff right after this.
From bold statements to subtle compliments, Wilkinson's House of Lighting will help you more fully enjoy all the different spaces in your home. Find us online at shopwilkinsons.com or come in and see what's new. 88 East, 1160 South, just off Main.
Everest, K2, and now the Mountain by Mountain Mike's Pizza. The mountain-sized pizza is a massive 20 inches wide, delivering 20 slices and a mountain of toppings. Order yours now by using our mobile app.
Scooter's Coffee and Hurricane is the best way to start your day or get you through your day. From breakfast sandwiches to cinnamon rolls to amazing smoothies and, of course, coffee, anytime is a good time to sip and smile. Scooter's Coffee, open 7 days a week.
Red Rock Real Estate has over 350 professional realtors in the St. George area that specialize in the local market. Whether you're buying your dream home, looking for an investment property, or want to sell your home for the highest amount, the Red Rock Real Estate team is here to assist you. Get started now. Visit redrockrealestate.com.
Today's game is brought to you by Buck's Ace Hardware, Fabulous Freddy's, Udi and Associates, Dealer Collision, and Finley Subaru.
Welcome back. Halftime show presented by the Pickle Pad as we are about 6 minutes away from kicking off the second half here from Legacy Field at Cedar High School. And Caden, as we talked the first half, really, it's been a defensive war out there. What adjustments do you think each team needs to make coming out of the halftime break to get some more points up on the Wilkinson's House Lighting scoreboard?
Yeah, I think right here I think it's taking some chances a little bit. I feel like both teams are playing their brand of football, and hey, you know what? You're a couple weeks into the season. The scouting reports are there. The game film is there. You kind of know what the other team's going to do. We know Cedar's going to run. We know Snow Canyon's going to pass. So what does Cedar do? Hey, you know what? They're locking up the secondary, and they're maybe throwing in an extra man on a 5-man blitz. So they're getting pressure on Parker Olson. That really blows things up. Okay, what's Cedar going to do? Well, you know that they really like to run. So what are you going to do? You make sure that you're putting something heavy on the side that they're running the ball towards. You make those stops. I think you need to start switching it up a little bit. Have a little bit more fun with the offensive play calling and try to make it so the defense needs to stay on their toes. And I know that sounds simple in theory. Putting it into practice is much harder. So it'll come down to which team's going to be able to put it into practice a little bit easier or a little bit better here tonight. So we'll see how that goes.
Absolutely. As the Reds starting to congregate by the inflatable helmet, we're about to get going. 5 minutes on the halftime clock. And I think we've seen we need to get to the Flynn Company's Region 9 scoreboard, as we've got a few scores from around town that have gotten a little spicy here, Kate.
Yeah, so far, no updates from the Dixie and Desert Hills games, as those are out of town and up north, and we'll keep looking to see if we can get some updates from those. But last we saw from Hurricane, wow, how about a blowout against the Spartans, huh? 21-0 for the Tigers so far out in Hurricane. And then we take a look at some of the other scores from across the region as well. Of course, our game here right now, 6-0, Snow Canyon on top. Campbell out of Hawaii is 14-7. Pineview scored on, get this, a massive 81-yard touchdown pass from Doman to Buchanan for the first score of the game. And how about this? In fact, actually, I just see another scoring update, so we'll get this one switched around for you. Is Crimson Cliffs make it 21-7 over Cedar Valley, as they've scored again now. So Crimson Cliffs heavily on top. Pineview, they're going to be fighting in that one against this team from Hawaii in Campbell out of just outside of Honolulu. Yes. And of course, the game that we have here, pretty tight.
Pretty tight. All Region 9 teams in the mix to get W's this week, as at our pep rally pit stop, I picked a 6-0 week for our region team. So I am hoping that all of our teams can continue to fight into winning position, as one of those teams has got to find a way to win tonight between every Region 9 game. And now it looks as if the students getting on the field for the Reds a little bit here and lining the entrance for the Reds football team to make their entrance back onto the field for the second half.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, the team is yet to come out of the locker room. We're trying to craning our necks for those who watching the Grass Creek construction broadcast booth camp, which is fantastic. Look, you get to see mine and Paulie's bright smiling faces inside of the Grass Creek construction broadcast booth here. Which, by the way, shout out to Cedar. They got a brand new booth a couple years ago, so we're on to year 2 of this brand new broadcasting booth in media booth. So, man, it's awesome up here. They've done a fantastic job with this space, and we always love making the trek up the road to Cedar whenever we can, and so it's fun to get here and do a football game. I was talking with with one of my broadcasting friends from up here in Cedar, and he's like, man, when's the last time you guys, was it here, was it there? And we were trying to figure it out, and I got thinking, man, when was the last time I did a game from Cedar? And it was a couple years ago. Cedar was playing in the playoffs against Logan. They won that game, and so it's been a little bit since I've been in Cedar for a high school football game, but it's always fun whenever we can get here.
Absolutely. A great trip down and a scenic outlook for the stadium. As you look out, you see mountains every which way. It's a beautiful destination. Legacy Field, as our camera guy Henrik getting a good shot there of the student section and the surrounding mountains. It looks beautiful tonight. The lights on at Cedar City and Legacy Field, and the halftime show again brought to you by the Pickle Pad. As if you haven't checked out the Pickle Pad, they've got great pickleball, great food, drinks, games, and plenty of fun for St. George this October. Look forward to them opening in October, as the Reds making their way back onto the field, as the students lined and supporting them as they make their way. And then they're going to run back to the student section right after they get through that line of students, as the Reds and Coach Hyatt looking for a higher scoring second half. I think Coach Tautioli probably looking for a higher scoring second half. We'll take one final break, and we'll have the second half kickoff right after this.
Red Rock Real Estate has over 350 professional realtors in the St. George area that specialize in the local market. Whether you're buying your dream home, looking for an investment property, or want to sell your home for the highest amount, the Red Rock Real Estate team is here to assist you. Get started now. Visit redrockrealestate.com.
Nets on Fire is the place to hoop in Southern Utah. Elevate your game with group or individual training with elite coaching. Hustle to netsonfire.org to learn more and see why so many rising stars hoop at Nets. Nets on Fire, building champions on and off the court.
We Win Injury Law was launched with a desire to help people win the cases that they can't win on their own. Hiring a personal injury lawyer who knows what to do is key to getting everything they deserve as a result of that wrong.
The Pickle Pad and Crave Social Eatery is opening this fall at the Promenade at Red Cliffs, and they're building a team that brings the energy. The Pickle Pad is family-friendly and designed for events and celebrations, hiring motivated people for all positions: hospitality, kitchen, court support, and guest experience roles. If you love fast-paced fun, great food, and working in a one-of-a-kind entertainment space where no 2 days are the same, this is your moment. Apply now and be part of St. George's newest indoor pickleball and dining destination.
You could wander around a warehouse store forever and never find the one thing that could make all the difference. A helpful face? Now that's something to consider. Everything your local Bucks A stands for is written on our faces. Welcoming, neighborly, knowledgeable. When you're in need of a helpful face, visit one of our 3 Southern Utah locations.
Relatives coming to visit? Not enough room? Maybe you're looking to host a family reunion and need a house with a pool. Red Rock Vacation Rentals has got you covered. From 2-bedroom condos to 10-bedroom luxury homes, they truly have something for everyone. Visit stgeorgeutahvacationrentals.com.
Hey, it's Spence with Grass Creek Construction. Southern Utah is our home. We love this community. When you see us around town at events and games giving back, please make sure to say hello. Grass Creek loves to be a part of what makes Southern Utah great.
Create your own relaxing, comfortable space. Boulevard Home offers the guaranteed best prices on furniture, appliances, mattresses, and more. And buy with no interest financing. Shop Boulevard Home, because home is who we are.
Hey, it's Marco from Coral Canyon Golf Course, inviting you to play the course with the best backdrop in Southern Utah. Make sure you get out and experience great golf for a great price at Coral Canyon. Visit coralcanyongolfcourse.com or call us at 435-688-1700 for your tee times.
We love giving back to our community, and over the years, we have provided vehicles for families in need, supported local charities, and helped train our first responders. Dealer Collision, your place for collision repair.
Today's game is brought to you by Bucks Ace Hardware, Fabulous Freddy's, Udi and Associates, Dealer Collision, and Finley Subaru.
Back live here from Legacy Field at Cedar High School inside the Grass Creek Construction broadcast booth. And tonight's broadcast booth brought to you by Grass Creek Construction. Integrity is our competitive edge. Learn more at grasscreekconstruction.com as the Cedar Reds lining up for the second half kickoff to be fielded by the Warriors, and the kickoff team is out. The return team is ready. And we've got a second half of Region 9, or a second half of football to be played here as the kick is up and away. And it is going to be fielded by the Warriors coming to the left side. And he's going to run up the field, cut up to the 30. The 35 and out to about the 36-yard line. That's where Parker Olson and the offense will set up shop. Good return by Brody Lounsbury there.
Yeah, good return indeed. I mean, that's a good spot to be right now if you're making your way all the way down to start your third quarter, and you're doing so from just past the 35-yard line. Not a bad spot to be here if you are the Snow Canyon Warriors.
Absolutely. As the Warriors set up in prime real estate to get this second half going, as the big fellas, the Hogs, trotting out to the front line to dig in against their counterparts on the Cedar defensive line. And Lounsbury and Olson back in the gun. Isaiah Thompson at the bottom of your screen trips to the top, sends a man in motion. Here's the snap. It's a straight give to Lounsbury off the left side. There's a flag down, and he's going to be stacked up and tackled. Or stopped, not tackled yet, but down he goes.
Man.
As he takes on a lot of tacklers, number 12 for the Warriors. But I think this one going to be coming this way back.
I think so, too. I think that one's definitely going to be coming back. And, yeah, that's not necessarily how you want to start the drive, but it is what it is.
As we will get the call from our crew. And I'm seeing some motions for holding, as that's what I'm suspecting here from Warriors, and it is holding. It's going to back up the offense 10 yards, and it is going to bring up a first and very long for this Snow Canyon offense, which has a lot of talented skill players besides Isaiah Thompson, who have been pretty much contained tonight. 6-0. on our Wilkinson's House of Lighting scoreboard. If you're just joining us for the second half action here on the Fan Sports Network, Caden Formaster, Paul Ratliff with you, Tara Atkin producing, our camera guy Henrik doing a great job tonight, getting all the shots as the sun going down here and the lights shining bright here at Legacy Field. But it looks like we're going to have a stoppage in play here for a second. And it is going to be a timeout Warriors. Timeout Warriors. So that's a UD and Associates timeout for the Warriors. What do you think the timeout is for here, Caden? Pretty early to burn one in the second half for Coach Tautioli.
Yeah, it's an odd spot to be calling timeout this early into the half, especially in a game that's close. It's a one-score game, so I don't really fully understand why you would be calling it right now. But, hey, you know what? Teach their own. Call the timeout. Maybe you just are saying, hey, guys, do what we talked about at halftime. There's too many flags in the first half.
Yeah.
What are we doing? Why are we getting a flag on the first play of the game?
Absolutely.
First play of the half, I should say.
There's been some pre-snap stuff, some holdings, a lot of stuff on both sides that both coaches would like to clean up in the second half. But here we go. Olsen takes a snap. He's going to fake the handoff and throw long, and it's behind his intended receiver. That is number 1, Brett Beathers was the intended target. It does fall harmlessly to the turf.
Well, and this is one of those situations where you're trying to avoid the defense with that pass, but in doing so, you almost also avoid your receiver. And so you got to be really careful. They talk about threading the needle, and man, it's easier said than done sometimes. And this is a very good example of why that is true. It does bring up second and very long here with 20 yards to go for the Warriors.
2nd and 20. Let's see what they've got dialed up here, as Olsen going to drop back deep. Big step back, and he's going to huck it over the middle, and it is going to be broken up by the Reds. Number 23, that's Stockton Street.
Yeah, just straight up blocking it, going over the back of the receiver as well, falling all the way over the top. That was a great defensive play. Good stop. Brings up 3rd and very long again here for the Warriors. And again, tough spot to be if you are the Warriors. You get a penalty that backs you up, and you haven't been able to capitalize on a couple of plays.
As now, if you've been with us all night long and you like offense, and you saw it from Snow Canyon in week 1, this has been not your game. This has been a defensive struggle both ways, as Olsen going to take the snap, roll out. He's going to fling it out there. It's going to be caught by Beathers. He's going to squirt ahead for about a nice gain, but he's going to fall well short of the first down. It's going to bring up 4th down for the Warriors, and the punt team is headed onto the field.
And this was a good play. Good pressure as well coming in from Rake Marsh. And just felt like he had to almost hurry and get that ball away. Luckily, he did find the open receiver in Link Hafen, but on 4th down and far enough to go that you can't really do much here. If you're the Warriors, you got to punt this one away.
Now Isaiah Thompson, star receiver, doubles as their punter as that punts up and away, and it is fielded. And it is going to be to the 25, outside to the 35-yard line goes Hunter Burgess. And that's where the Reds will set up shop, as the Reds looking to get on the scoreboard, break that 0 on the Wilkinson's House of Lighting scoreboard, and they need a drive. They need to get going. It's been a while since they've been threatening the Red Rock Real Estate red zone. We haven't seen them down on that area of the Snow Canyon field in a while, but now Jackson Mann, Braxton DeMille, Hunter Burgess, and co. wanting to change that here, as Mann in the gun takes a snap, fading back, looking. He's going to screen it out. DeMille's got the catch. He's got a nice gain on 1st down, about 9 yards, 8.5, 9-yard pickup on 1st down for the Reds.
And that was leading your receiver nearly textbook. That was a perfect pass right into his hands in stride. Brings up 2nd and short.
Now man out. He's going to screen it out, and that one's going to be great great tackling effort there by number 2 of the Warriors. That's Reggie Entz. As number 16 of the Reds, that's Austin Garrett, who's made a couple plays tonight. makes another catch and moves the sticks, albeit for a first down.
Yeah, he's been targeted a few times tonight, and I always love this. I like seeing, underclassmen, especially those sophomores, that can come in and make play after play, and he's already gotten the ball in his hands a few times, and it just shows that the future of your system is bright.
Now, man, back in the gun. Takes a snap. He's going to fake the screen, throw the tunnel screen the other way. Now it's going to be a couple broken tackles, searching ahead for another Reds Fabulous Freddy's first down for Andrew Brinkerhoff.
Yeah, check this out. Brinkerhoff here. He's going to cut back inside. He was set up on the outside, took a foot inside, stepped back out, tries to spin through, and then gets an extra push from his offensive line.
Now, man, back again, drifting back. He's going to look long. He's got a man out there. That's Burgess, and it's just a little overthrown for the money man, the deep play threat, averaging 25.9 yards per catch. He almost had another big one there if that ball could have been on target from man.
Now, we haven't said Hunter Burgess's name too much here today, and gotta probably just give credit to Link Hafen for that one over on the defensive side. And, Link Hafen had a couple of really tough matchups here in the first few weeks, and he's their star corner. You want to make sure that you match him up with one of the best receivers. He's done a good job with Burgess here tonight.
Man, straight ahead give to DeMille. Oh no, he fakes it, holds it. He's got the ball to the other side. I followed the wrong side of the play there, and that was squirts ahead for about 7-8 yards, I want to say.
Yeah, I think they give him about 8.
The Reds offense. Okay. As now they're trying to go quick. Man, back in the gun, takes a snap. He's going to fling it out, and Brinkerhoff makes the catch. But it is going to be whistled down. Flag on the field, I think.
Yeah, must be. And
legal substitution on the defense.
Yeah,
that's going to be a 5-yard penalty and a Fabulous Freddy's first down for Cedar.
Yeah, well, this is one of those scenarios. They were in that hurry-up offense, so they weren't shifting anybody in and out on their side, and so defense isn't allowed to do that. Plain and simple, you're not allowed to substitute when the other team's trying to hurry it up, and, offense is the one that gets to control that part of the game.
All right, man. Back in the gun, leading the offense like a field general. Goes to Mill up the middle. He's going to bust forward. Fighting off tacklers, dragging, fighting for every inch, and he will pick up enough inches for a first down there. That last effort is going to move the sticks for the Reds, and they're in business here.
They are in business right on that 20-yard line. The Red Rock Real Estate red zone is right there, and this is the first time that we have I shouldn't say that because we did see the Reds in this position before. They had penalty after penalty, pushed them back to where they were then at about the 30 or so yard line. So last time we saw them here, it wasn't great. Got themselves in trouble.
Man, 5 wide set. He flings it over the middle. It's caught. Broken tackle. Shucks another one. He's going to keep moving forward, and it's going to be another Fabulous Freddy's first down for an all-of-a-sudden resurgent Cedar offense.
Tight end Riker James comes on in and makes the big play and breaking tackle after tackle, fighting for yard after yard inside the 10. How about this? First and goal from the 9.
All right. First time the Reds have had a goal-to-go situation. Now 2 backs flank man in the backfield. He's going to take the shotgun snap, handoff up. Oh, no, fake handoff, and the ball is dropped out of the backfield by number 9, Owen Burton. He could not wrap his hands around that one.
Yeah, couldn't hold on to it. Brings up second down. Here's the thing. You're sniffing the end zone. Just don't overwhelm yourselves with the fact that you are so close. Try to keep yourselves calm here in this scenario. That was a great play call. I liked it. Everyone was expecting run. I was expecting run. They went with a pass on play action, and, man, it was the right call. He just couldn't hold on to it.
Now, man, flanked by DeMille, his normal counterpart in the backfield. Ready to go. Takes a snap. It is a little option pitch, and that ball's fumbled, but it is going to be, I think, recovered by the Reds. It squirted free there.
Yeah, you got it back. Let's check it out here. This is a great look on the replay, and it did go free. Ball was on the ground, and he, jumped on it immediately. Braxton DeMille saw it, and like a cat, pounced on top of it. It brings up third down. and I think they just saved themselves there on a fumble recovered by the defense with the offense jumping on top of it. That could have been a really bad situation. Luckily for DeMille, he was able to see what happened after his mistake of losing the ball. But 1st and goal from the 11 now, though. So you lost a couple.
Put a pin in that play. If they get a touchdown or points on this drive, that was a big recovery for Braxton DeMille. Here we go. Man in the gun. It's going to send a man in motion and takes the snap, fading back, looking, and he's going to get hit. He's going to jar free. He's going to spin. He's going to run. He's got down to the 10, the 5, end zone. Touchdown, Reds!
Can you believe it? Key to the game, we said he's the man, and this is why. Jackson Mann with pressure all around him. Gets hit once, gets hit twice. And he still finds a way to get free, breaks through the defense, and he's in for the Reds touchdown. We've got ourselves a tied game in Cedar City.
And we got a tie game for now as the extra point. This could break the tie, as if we remember the Warriors missed their PAT. Now the Reds setup kick is up. And it is good for the Reds. And on your Wilkinson's House of Lighting scoreboard, the tie is the 0 is broken for Cedar City as they notch a touchdown on a Jackson Mann scramble. And on the Wilkinson's House of Lighting scoreboard, 7-6, Reds over the Warriors. We're going to take a quick break, be back for the kickoff right after this.
We love giving back to our community, and over the years, we have provided vehicles for families in need, supported local charities, and helped train our first responders. Dealer Collision, your place for collision repair.
We Win Injury Law was launched with a desire to help people win the cases that they can't win on their own. Hiring a personal injury lawyer who knows what to do is key to getting everything they deserve as a result of that wrong.
Jackson Mann and the Cedar Reds sent a bolt of electricity through the crowd and the sideline with that incredible run into the end zone, and capped off by the PAT makes it 7-6. Now the Reds will kick it back to the Warriors, looking to answer here as that ball going to go out of bounds, not through the end zone, going to be out of bounds before it reaches the goal line. So we're going to have a penalty here.
Man, going back to that run from Jackson Mann, maybe one of the better scramble plays that I've seen in a while, just based off of how athletic this was. As he somehow sneaks away from a couple defenders, and it's one of those where I think you and I both thought, oh yeah, there's no way. And there's always a way. He finds a way through and able to get in for the touchdown. What a play there for the Reds to get on the board, and they lead by 7-6.
Yes, it was just mastery from Jackson Mann as he showed his footwork and speed. As now Parker Olson looking to match him as he takes a QB draw, calls zone number, trucks a man as he bowls over Reds defender, running angry after that touchdown from Cedar.
He said, you think that he's a quarterback that can run the football? I'll show you a quarterback that can run the football as well. Makes one miss, makes another miss, trucks another one, and then all the way down. Big gains for the Warriors from their QB.
Let's see if the run pass variance continues here from OC. Offensive coordinator Johnson does a great job with this group. As now Parker Olson sends his back in motion. He's going to throw to him out of the backfield. It's going to be caught, but it's very good tackling in open space from the Reds, as there was room, but it was quickly eliminated by the Cedar DBs.
You say there was room, but there was no room to run afterwards, and it brings up 3rd and 1 here for the Warriors. And for a team that likes to run the football and a defense that's really good against the run, you think you got to go run on 3rd and short here, but listen, if you go run here, good chance that this defense can make the stop. We'll see what happens.
Long deliberation in the huddle from the Warriors, and they have broke it. And now you wonder if this is a key moment in this game. Both teams can make a huge play here as Olson back. He's going to throw the crossing route to Beathers. It's going to go off his hands. A little bit of high ball there, but great coverage from the Reds, number 23. That's Stockton Street, called his name a few times in coverage tonight.
Yeah, but here's the thing. They're considering this 4-down territory right now.
Yes.
And so they're going to keep the offense out there on the field. Brody Lounsbury comes back in from the sideline, and I would expect you want to put the ball into his hands right now because, I mean, he's a workhorse. He's the guy that's going to push through and try to get you a first down. Get some blockers up front. Try to get something moving there, and move is one. You just need a yard to move those chains. Let's see if they go handoff here, if they try to get tricky and do a passing play on 4th and 1.
Olsen is going to go on the QB keeper on the outside. He's going to break free. He's going to break a tackle down to about the 42-yard line. Huge pickup for the Warriors.
Huge pickup. Feels like an understatement on 4th and 1. But listen, I said you needed a yard, and this is what makes it huge. You slip through one and all the way down near the 40-yard line. They'll set up at the 42. That's what the Warriors needed to try to get some momentum back on their side. We haven't seen much momentum in the Warriors' hands since maybe early in the first half. And here we go. Maybe a chance here on 1st and 10 in red territory.
Now Olsen is ready for the snap with Lounsbury in the backfield. He's got him out, but he's going to throw to another option here. It's not going to be a completed ball.
Let's check out that replay. It was deflected at the line of scrimmage. That was a really, really good play here from the Cedar defense. Tries to throw it right over the top of the defense and just getting a paw on it right there. That was, I believe that was actually number 17 on the play, Rake Marsh at the DN position, getting a paw on that, and he's got to be one of the best defenders on this field tonight.
I would agree. He's played a whale of a game for the Reds. And now Olsen looking to make a play here as it's going to be a QB keeper right up the gut. He's going to pick up a nice gain on the ground once again. Number 7, calling his own number quite a bit on this drive and picking up chunks.
Yeah, and that'll bring up now 3rd down, about 3 to go. So, again, on QB keepers, they've found themselves picking up about 20 over the course of the last, 3 plays or whatever it's been, right? Outside of that one incomplete pass. And so, I mean, you're looking at really it's the Parker Olsen game at this point to try to keep the ball moving forward, and we'll see if he's the guy to keep it moving forward here on 3rd down.
Lounsbury been quiet tonight, but Olsen has stepped up the rushing in his stead here as now he's going to throw, but it's going to send all the pressure up the middle, and Lounsbury's in the open field. He's going to pick up another first down for the Warriors on the reception. Brody Lounsbury, the preseason Region 9 MVP, makes a big play here.
Watch Lounsbury off the shoulder of Olsen, goes right through the defense, through the line, open perfectly, right past the line of scrimmage. And with the pressure coming right at Olsen, he had to do something with it. That's a perfect dump off. Great play from the Warriors to move the chains one more time.
And now the Warriors knocking on the door of the Red Rock Real Estate red zone here as at the 22-yard line, 1st and 10 setup going in as Parker Olsen takes the snap. He's going to give to Lounsbury. He's going to be patient at the line, looking for a hole, just can't find one. He kind of postured for a while, trying to find an opening, but the Cedar defense, number 8 of the Reds, that's Jake York, the safety.
Yeah, that was a good stop there by the Reds. And as you mentioned, it's really just the hesitation, the patience of trying to wait for something to open up. You know, that's it's good, it's bad. There's good things about it, there's bad things about it. In this case, there's just nowhere to go. And maybe if he would have just pushed forward and pushed through, he would have got 2 or 3 yards before getting tripped up. And in this time, it ends in a loss of a yard.
And now Olsen tries to thread the needle between 2 Reds defenders. That's just going to fall incomplete, as that was a tight window to make that throw.
Looking for Keegan Clegg here, and Clegg trying to get the catch and turn around. And this is one of the biggest problems that you see in football at really any level. You see it in the pros as well. It's the fact that you want to keep your momentum moving forward, but that ball's behind you. They will always say, focus on making the grab. If you get hit and go down, that's okay. It's still forward progression. Don't worry about turning and running with it. Just make the grab first. And in this case, I think it was there's more focus there on trying to turn and run.
3rd and 11 here. Thompson, the fade ball candidate on the outside. There's the ball, and it's going to be intercepted by the Reds. And it's going to go down the sideline, kind of a hog-tie tackle, horse collar, and that's going to be on Brody Lounsbury. That's going to be 15 more. And Hunter Burgess makes a big play on D.
Hunter Burgess, we might not be calling his name on offense as much tonight, but on defense, read that ball beautifully, brings it out past the 30. Lounsbury, the horse collar tackle, takes it down to the 35. So how about instead we set up shop at about the 50 on this one? The Reds really taking control of this one with that stop.
Wow. Reds now their second interception of the game, as that was one of our keys to the game, is the lockdown secondary that had 3 picks against Pineview, trying to do the same with one more tonight. Get that eclipse 3 picks, as now Jackson Mann, who just had one of the greater scrambles we've seen this season, kind of looked in doubt all the way, broke 2 tackles and scored up the middle for about 25-yard touchdown run. So let's see what they've got in store for us on this possession. The Reds, a run-heavy football team, as they're going to tack on the 15 there for the horse collar tackle personal foul. They're going to call it a face mask instead, but nonetheless, 15 yards brings out the Reds to the 50-yard line, almost in plus territory on their first play of the drive, and let's see what they've got in store for us here as the whistle is blown and we are ready to go. As Jackson Mann in the gun, sends a man in motion. It's Wilkerson. It's Braxton DeMille right up the gut. He's going to pick up 4 yards on first down for a modest carry, but sets up a nice second down and about 6. 7.
And you look at the difference from one play to the next. On one play, it's Snow Canyon pushing it towards the red zone. And literally the very next play, because of the interception and then, of course, the penalty, now it's Cedar set it up at midfield. I mean, this is an insane switch in momentum from the Warriors over to the Reds, and I just feel like my head's on a swivel.
Man, he's going to screen it out to DeMille. He's going to break a tackle on the sideline, and he's going to pick up a nice chunk of yardage. Going to bring up a 3rd and about 2 on this nice little fling pass out of the backfield. Braxton DeMille doing a good job. And they're going to go quick. Man, back in the gun. Takes a snap. It's up the middle. DeMille going to bust 3 to the second level into the secondary. First down, Reds, and they are moving.
Hey, if you got a head of steam, you just keep on giving that guy the ball. That's what they're doing with DeMille right now. Key to the game today on our Keys to the Game, brought to you by The Creamery, was Dangerous DeMille. Why? Well, we are now seeing exactly why, because this kid is dangerous. When you get him running and you get him moving, he is a freight train, and you cannot slow him down.
Yeah, the Reds keeping the Snow Canyon defense guessing at this point. So many weapons as man on the roll. He's going to throw on the run. It's caught again, tackled short of the sticks, but a good first down pickup for the Reds. That's number 16, the sophomore. We call this name quite a bit. That's Austin Garrett with another catch.
Yeah, Austin Garrett's having himself a night tonight. This might be the night of his young high school football career so far. He has been absolutely killing it. After taking that big shot in the first half, if you didn't see it earlier, if you weren't there for that one, man, he caught the ball, turned, and he had Link Hafen coming at him full speed, absolutely leveled him. So, to see him get up from that and then to have the game he's had since then has been amazing.
And DeMille, he's got another carry. He's like a steam engine. You just shoveling coal into the engine, and he goes faster, stronger, harder as he picks up another first down. And for a game where Snow Canyon led 6-0 into halftime, and we didn't really know who clearly was the better team. It was one big Isaiah Thompson play. But now Cedar in the second half establishing themselves as the more potent offensive threat right now.
Inside the Red Rock Real Estate red zone, and it is a fresh set of downs with 1 minute left to play here in the third quarter. And again, the Reds are just being methodical. They're being slow, and they're okay with that. They know that this is still a one-score game. Even with an extra point after this, it's still going to be a tight game. So you got to be careful.
And now DeMille squirts up the middle again, and he is just picking up steam every carry, getting stronger as he's going to go for another close to a first down. If it is first and goal for the Cedar Reds.
Can I make a prediction here, Paul?
I think it's Braxton DeMille related.
First and goal, Braxton DeMille gonna take it on the run.
Yeah.
You got to be ready. Listen, he's getting hit at the line of scrimmage and he still runs for 10. I mean, he's done that the last 2 plays in a row. You got to be ready for that. So I'm assuming here on a first and goal from the 6-yard line, hand off to Braxton DeMille. If he gets hit, he'll still end up in the end zone.
Cedar student section rocking to the Seven Nation Army as we've got first and goal. Jackson Mann in the gun. He's going to give to DeMille. He's going to surge forward, and he's going to get up and down to about the 3-yard line, 2.5, 3-yard line, and it's going to set up second and goal.
And it looks like they're going to take this to the end of the quarter. Wise to do so. Let the clock be on your side here as you start the fourth quarter with first and goal.
We are going to take a break. Be back. The start of the fourth quarter on the Wilkinson's House of Lighting scoreboard. Reds up 7-6 over the Warriors. We'll be back right after this.
We Win Injury Law was launched with a desire to help people win the cases that they can't win on their own. Hiring a personal injury lawyer who knows what to do is key to getting everything they deserve as a result of that wrong.
Your child's sports journey starts with the City of St. George Recreation. From their first steps on the court or field to becoming a star player, our youth sports programs are here to develop talents and teamwork skills. So get out and play. Check out all the sports and get signed up at sgcityrec.org.
Hey, it's Dr. Cody Johnson at Johnson Pediatric Dentistry. A great coach has a playbook for success. And at our office, we have a playbook for healthy smiles. Check out our new patient special, available at our 3 St. George locations. Look us up online or give us a call to get scheduled today.
Oh, hello, Italian nightclub from Jimmy John's. Ciao, freshly baked bread piled with Italian-style meats. Hey, hand-sliced veggies. Am I obsessed with this sandwich? Yeah. So what if I am? Jimmy John's. Order online or on the app.
We are back, and the Reds are back inside the Red Rock Real Estate Red Zone, knocking on the door here at the 2-yard line. Second and goal. As Mann calling out the signals, takes the snap. He's on the roll. He's running for the corner, and it's going to be tipped away. Great play by the Warriors defense.
Caleb Greenwood getting in on the action here and just tracking the QB the whole way, puts the pop. I don't know what's more difficult, being able to keep in line with the QB or being able to swat the pass away like that.
I got to say, that little out route on the goal line is pretty much undefeated normally on the play action roll. That was an amazing play.
And I got to say also, Lounsbury had that dialed in pretty well on the defensive side. On the back end as well. So even if that pass was made, that would have been a tight window to throw it through.
Now Mann in the gun, flanked by Burton and DeMille. DeMille going to be wrapped up in the backfield for a loss.
And guess who again? Man, Greenwood again making 2 defensive plays in a row. And now it's 4th and goal. Just like that, you went from 10-yard chunk to 10-yard chunk to now 4th and goal. And you bring out the field goal unit.
Coach Hyatt going to make it a 4-point game if he can make this kick. Playing the math game, still up by, even if Snow Canyon makes the 3 in the field goal later in the game, you'll still be up by 1 if this kick goes through. As now the Reds kicking team is out. Warriors looking for a block here. There was movement, but that kick is up, and it is good. Late signal, but very good. Down the middle for the Reds. And on the Wilkinson's House of Lighting scoreboard, we've got a brand new score, 10-6, Reds over the Warriors. We're going to take a quick break, be back with the kickoff right after this.
Oh, hello, Italian nightclub from Jimmy John's. Ciao, freshly baked bread piled with Italian-style meats. Hey, hand-sliced veggies. Am I obsessed with this sandwich? Yeah. So what if I am? Jimmy John's. Order online or on the app.
Huge news! Sport Court has a brand new showroom and design center, and it's next level. See why so many are choosing Sport Court here in Southern Utah for top quality basketball, pickleball, and multi-purpose courts. Learn more at sportcourtofsouthernutah.com.
Back live here from Legacy Field at Cedar High School. Cedar Reds against the Snow Canyon Warriors. We got a great game brewing, 10-6. 11:07 in the final stanza of this game. Play-by-play today brought to you by Simply Wisdom Teeth. $899 for all your wisdom teeth removed, quality, comfort, and value. As now, the Reds looking to get the kick away. It's up, and it is this one going to go out of bounds as well? No, it's not. It's going to find the end zone for a touchback. So the Warriors and Parker Olson, who threw his second interception of the game, probably looking to make a nice drive here, get the Warriors back in scoring position, and try and get in the end zone and take the lead here on this drive, Caden.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, this is one of those where it just feels like this is the drive to make or break your game. And I know that it's close, okay? You go out there and you score a touchdown right here, even if you miss that extra point, it's a 12-10 game. It's a 12-10 lead. But you still have to get down there. You got to do the work. You got to get into that territory. So, you know what? It's easier said than done. Can the Warriors offense figure out this defense from the Reds? It's been fantastic.
Now Olson ready to go. Takes a snap, fading back. He's going to look. He's going to throw it at the sideline. It's going to be caught on the outside by number 11 of the Warriors. That is Jake Campbell making the catch.
Good catch indeed, and bringing up second down. And looks like about 3 to go here. So, good chunk of yards right there. Still not the first down, not enough to move the chains, but that's okay. You don't need that right now. If anything, you want to keep the clock your friend and give yourself plenty of time here, but try not to give Cedar much back.
As now, Olson barking out the signals, sends a man in motion. That's Lounsbury. Takes a snap. He's looking to Lounsbury, but he's going to throw to Lounsbury on the outside, caught. And he's going to break one tackle, but the gang tackling effort from the Reds tonight, I'm going to call his name for the, I believe, third time. That's Stockton Street again. This kid's having a whale of a game.
Yeah, and that was a loss of a yard for the Warriors as well. Lounsbury had nowhere to go. And you know what? That's a play where Lounsbury's your safety net. You don't want him to be your number one guy on that play. He's the guy to try to bail you out. But the problem is, this defense has been so good at stymieing this offense that they're having some guys left over. They're having extra guys that'll say, all right, hey, you guys keep track of this field in case they throw it over to the last man possible. And in that case, that's what they did. And they still got the stop, loss for a yard.
Now, man in motion again. It's going to be the jet sweep action. It's going to go on the outside, and that's going to surge ahead for a first down, number 11 of the Warriors. Jake Campbell once again making a play.
We have seen this Warrior team run with at least 4 different guys in the rushing game, 5 if you want to count the QB himself as well. So, they are no strangers to doing their best they can to try to keep things spicy, keep the defense on their toes as far as who's going to be taking the ball on the ground.
And it's just productive play after productive play, and Brett Beathers on the jet sweep this time. He's going to be stacked up and driven back.
Yeah, good job, Jake York, here on the stop. It was still a little bit of a gain on the offensive side, but York with the drive here, he just puts the shoulder down and absolutely pile driver right there. He kind of gave him a little bit of a, right into his face. He's still pumped.
That's how you finish a tackle, young man. What a beautiful play.
Listen, I know that there will be officials that would maybe even call a flag on that. I'm fine not calling a flag on it sometimes. I think there's room for a little excitement.
I think so too. As Olson looking to make some excitement here. Sends a man in motion. Takes the snap, fading back, looking. He's got a flag in the backfield, and another flag flies in, and he's tackled for about a short gain or a loss, maybe about no gain, but there's 2 flags down.
Well, and I'm curious what both of these flags are because I don't know if it's for the same thing. The first flag came in immediately, so I would assume that one has something to do with the jump, and it looks like this is going to go against the Warriors here.
And there's a little bit of deliberation between the officials. Looking to the white hat, looking to his other officials, and legal motion is the call. Pre-snap, that's declined by, and then the holding is accepted. So the 5-yard penalty declined, the 10-yarder accepted by the Reds, and that's going to back up the Warriors once again. And for as tight of a ball game this is, just 10-6, feels like Cedar has completely seized the momentum of this game late. I mean, they're playing, they've had 2 interceptions, they've had solid sustained drives, whereas the Warriors' only score has come on an explosive play. So
Yeah, you're exactly right. That one score was, I don't want to call it a fluke because it wasn't. It was a really good play.
Amazing play.
But it's a play that you're only going to see 2, maybe 3 times in a game, and not all of them will ever go for a score.
And now Parker Olson tasked with the comeback now. And that ball's tipped and then off the hands of the intended receiver.
Yeah, Parker Dotson is the one that nearly picked that one off the hands of Miles Randolph. So 3rd down and 18, it's going to be tough territory now for the Warriors because, listen, hey, you know what? At the end of the day, you still have to try to move the football. You want to get that first down, but your punting game hasn't been that strong. You're not seeing the ball moving very well on that side either. So you're saying, hey, we almost have to get a first down here. It's not even about scoring. It's about not letting Cedar score.
Cedar will go into ball control mode if they get the ball back up 4. Here we go. Olsen in the gun. Sends a man in motion. And he's back, drifting, looking long. Now he's going to fall down. He's going to fall down, and it's going to be a big loss for the Warriors. Disaster scenario there. Going to bring up a long 4th down. 4th and a country mile, and the punt unit is out.
Yeah, you're looking at about 4th and 29. I'm trying to count it up over here. I mean, yeah, this is quite a ways to go.
And now he just had a nice return on the kickoff. Let's see, or I think it was a punt actually for Burgess. Let's see if he gets another shot at this one here. As the ball's up, it's a nice punt over the head of Burgess.
Wow,
way
there
back.
you go.
Big bounce, but he's going to field it. Number 2, Hunter Burgess. Nice cut. He's got a little bit of a lane. He's down the sideline for a nice pickup to get some of that roll of the ball back for the Cedar Reds, and they will set up 1st and 10 with pretty good field position as with the 10-6 lead on the Wilkinson's House of Lighting scoreboard. And looks like we've got a short break in the action here as
there's a flag roughing the kicker.
Oh, wow.
So
automatic first.
Yeah, well, it's 1st and 10 for them. It's just from the spot, or I should say from the end of the punt is where they're going to be. So it's a 15-yard penalty. So as good as that may have been, that's going to bring it back to the hands of the Warriors. That as good as that punt was, as good as the return was, sorry, get rid of it. The Warriors head back out onto the field. That's a tough spot to be in right now for the Reds. So not even, again, it's not one of those penalties that you get at the end of the punt or anything like that. It just goes right back to the Snow Canyon Warriors' hands, and that's a tough break for the Reds.
Big flaw for the Reds there. Been playing a pretty much flawless defensive game, other than that one big one from Thompson. As now Olsen going to shred up the middle for himself, going to pile ahead, close to the 1st down marker, pickup of about 9 yards, and it is going to be another stoppage here, as I think we have an injury on the field.
Ooh, and you don't love to see that, especially with Rake Marsh, the guy down there on the field. He has been so good for the Reds today, and right now they're stretching cramps, and hopefully that's all it is. That's the last guy you want to see go down on your defensive side right now for the Cedar Reds.
Yeah, he's been playing with his hair on fire tonight, been everywhere for Cedar. So hopefully that young man is okay, and like you said, kind of doing the cramp stretching, and hopefully, hot down there on the field maybe, or pretty cool night tonight. Not too hot, high temps. Not really a factor tonight, but a lot of physical activity, and cramps can happen. And he's jogging off on his own power, so that's really good.
Yeah, we like to see that. Anytime that you can get a guy that's coming back after it on his own power, that is a very, very good sign indeed. And we'll get play back rolling again here on 2nd and 1.
All right, 2nd and 1 for the Warriors. Down 10-6 on the Wilkinson's House of Lighting scoreboard. The clock not their friend right now. 7:20 left in the 4th quarter. Olsen takes a snap. He's going to go ahead and give it on the jet sweep, and there's a nice cut to the outside from number 2. That is Mr.
Reggie Ince.
who's made a couple plays tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, big play there. Move the chains. First down. Listen, I mean, here's the thing. I'm not calling it a bailout call because it wasn't. It was roughing the punter. That's not even a question to me. That was the right call there. But you get bailed out. The defense making a mistake bailed you out. You have second life here. Make something of it. So far, so good. They have. The Warriors are doing that. They got to just keep the drive alive, keep the momentum alive, and keep that clock ticking down.
Now Olsen, the field general, takes a snap. He's going to fake the handoff, roll out, a lot of pressure. He's going to throw up a moon ball, and that one's going to fall harmlessly to the turf, incomplete. That could have been much worse than it was for Snow Canyon. That ball hung up in the air for a while.
And I think maybe the worst thing that happened would have been if he would have taken that sack. There's pressure coming right at him, and it was coming quick. He had to get rid of that football. And maybe that's even more of a seasoned move. I think a lot of quarterbacks are still going to try to make that completion. I don't see a problem with dumping it off out of bounds where the defense can't get to it, especially when you've already got 2 picks against you in this game. I think it's an okay move to let that one go incomplete out of bounds and reset on second down.
Reset they will. Olsen on 2nd and 10. Barks out the signals, takes the snap. He's going to call his own number once again. Truck forward, break a couple tackles, and surge forward for about a 6-7 yard gain, 6 yard gain on second down. Going to bring up a 3rd and 4 for the Warriors.
And it was a good gain. You know, I'm not going to discredit the gain at all here, but now you're looking at a 3rd and 4 and thinking, all right, we just picked up 6. We only need 4. How are we going to do this? Because the run game right now has been Parker Olsen. That's basically it.
Yes.
You know, there have been a few guys that have gotten their hands on the football, but nobody consistently is making big moves outside of Olsen. I would not be surprised if they still try to go through the air again. Watch out for that rush of 5.
As now Olsen going to fling it deep. He's got a man, and it is over the shoulder, and it is incomplete. Wow, what a break up there.
Stockton Street. Check this out here on the replay. Great pass. I got to say, fantastic pass.
Just even
but
better
reaching
coverage.
the hand over. The ball touched the receiver's hands as well, and Street just knocked it out of the hands as soon as it hit the receiver's hands. Fantastic play from the defense.
Street, just a sophomore, another youngster. We've called the name of Austin Garrett, another sophomore for the Reds on offense tonight. But Street been stealing the show for the younger bunch on defense for the Reds. And now Olsen in the offense tasked with a 4th and 4.
And, of course, going for it on 4th down.
Olsen throws up the middle. That's a dart, and it is caught. First down. Big conversion over the middle for Brett Beathers.
And that's one of 2 people that you would expect it to go to in this scenario. Someone with the best hands on the team, and that's either going to be Brett Beathers or Isaiah Thompson, who have been your go-to receivers tonight and throughout the season so far. And Beathers, to me, he's like your Julian Edelman. You need that guy, right, that you can trust to make a grab in this scenario. And he is that guy. Brett Beathers is absolutely him.
And the clock now, the Warriors can punch in a score, a touchdown that is. They are running the clock down. 5:13 on the Wilkinson South Lighting scoreboard. Olsen takes a snap, handoff up the middle, and the run has been stuffed all night. Another run for the Warriors, thwarted at the line. Number 9 of the Reds, that's Owen Burton, who plays a little offense, plays a little defense, is a throwback 2-way guy making a play.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is, right? You're talking about making big plays and stopping the run, and they have been doing so well at that all night long. And I think that's probably why Olsen has been kind of keeping that ball on the option, because they're expecting on that handoff, the defense is there. The only way they're getting anything on the ground is because Olsen's seeing a hole for himself instead.
And Beathers on the jet sweep. He's got speed. He's out to the outside, a little cavalcade of Reds forces him to the sideline. He's going to stop the clock for the first time in a while.
Well, we got one of our linemen down on the side over there. He hit his head pretty hard. He's still down. So the track is right there. There's a piece of the track that runs out for the long jump. And I think he might have hit his head on the edge of that, which is, unfortunately, it is concrete down there on the edge next to where the rubber meets the grass. There's a sliver of concrete, and he hit his head pretty hard. So,
hope that
not a player.
Okay.
It is part of the chain gang.
Oh, wow.
But they've got him up, so looks like they might need a substitution on the chain gang, though, with how hard he fell, getting hit a little bit after the play was over by one of the players coming in hot.
And shout out to the chain gang. They always do a great job and take some hits out there.
Yeah,
as we just saw.
In this case, it's exactly what it was, taking some hits.
Now Olsen ready to go in the pistol. Takes a snap, drifting, looking long. He's got a contested receiver, and it is
Lounsbury making the grab.
He's got the catch on the sideline.
But again, we got another player down. This is looked like that was number 33, if I'm not mistaken, for the Reds. That'd be Luke McNett. If that's the case, that is number 33, and it's his hand. Something with his hand, just barely. We're going to check it out here on the replay. As again, Lounsbury going across that far side. Ooh, and it was something in that wrap up there. I think a finger might have just kind of got caught in the cloth. That's not great. I don't know if it's a dislocation or what, but we could speculate all day long and still never come up with the correct answer there. So we'll just let the crew do their job and take care of the injured player.
That's right. As a key moment here for both teams, as both teams assembled with their coaches, as the injured player tended to, and he is up and walking on his own power. So I think everything should be, not a major injury looks to be avoided there. So that's the best news we can deliver, and that's awesome to hear. So now back to the game, as we've got the Warriors on the move here. Probably their best drive of the game, realistically.
Yeah.
So here we go from Parker Olsen, Brody Lounsbury in the backfield, Brett Beathers in the, or Isaiah Thompson at the top of your screen, Brett Beathers to the bottom. Here we go. Olsen going to sling it out. It's going to be caught, but it's going to be very congested on that tunnel screen action. Not a lot of room to roam there for the Warriors, and that was, I believe,
that was Beathers. Yeah, that was Beathers, and as you mentioned, not a lot of room for him to do really anything there. It'll bring up second down, and it's going to be a loss of a yard. They'll put him back just a little bit, setting up right at the 20-yard line. Still a good chance here, though, for Snow Canyon. Look, they're moving the ball okay. They're finding themselves with their backs against the wall a couple of times, a third and long, a fourth down even, but they're finding ways to convert. Cedar still has to make these big-time stops, which they've been doing all night. Can they do it again?
Olsen ready to go. Sends a man in motion. He catches the snap. Back to go. Drifting, looking long. No receivers open. Breaks the tackle in the backfield. Still looking. Running to the sideline. Cutting upfield. Going to the 25. Inside. And he's tackled out of bounds. But I'm going to say, I think the tackle began inbounds, but finished out of bounds. Looked like it could have been late, but I don't think it was, as the officials didn't throw the flag there. But what a play here by Olsen, improvising in the backfield as the rush was on.
He basically started that run at the 33-yard line and got down to the 13. I mean, when you look at it from that perspective, that was a 20-yard run, but really it was more of a 6 or 7-yard run as far as the actual line of scrimmage is concerned. It brings up third down and a good chunk to go. They moved it back a little, 3rd and 5.
Now Olsen, single in the shotgun. He's going to fling it up. Jump ball, Thompson, intercepted! Intercepted by the Reds in the end zone! And that is going to be a change of possession. That's number 7 of the Reds.
Noah Bencomo getting the snag in the end zone.
What a play, as they threw the jump ball up to number 6, Isaiah Thompson. They had the taller receiver against the shorter DB here. Cade, take us through.
So this is, again, a good toss up. You're looking for your intended receiver. The ball was right on target for where the receiver was going, but the defense was there first. Read beautifully by the corner, Noah Bencomo. And, man, the Reds, they've done it again. What is it with these goal line interceptions? This is their 4th across 2 games.
Now a heavy diet of Braxton DeMille on the way for the Reds as 3 minutes and 6 seconds and ticking on our Wilkinson's House of Lighting scoreboard. The Reds hold the 10-6 lead.
And they hold 3 timeouts as well. So, even if they need to use those, which I know they don't want to, they want to make sure that the clock ticks down as much as possible. Time is still their friend. If the ball ends up in Snow Canyon's hands, you can use those timeouts. But for right now, let the clock tick down. Keep it moving. Keep the ball moving forward. Try to get first downs. If they get first down here on this drive, outside of this set of downs, expect some Snow Canyon timeouts to try to keep it at bay.
And they're running a reverse to Hunter Burgess. A lot of room out there. He's got a blocker in front. That's Jackson Mann, but he does not get the block, and it is going to be a tackle for a short gain. As now they're going to employ the timeouts from Snow Canyon, I believe. At least one of them, right? Yes, They have. So they will have one timeout, I believe, remaining.
Yeah, that'll be a timeout for Snow Canyon. And like I said, expect them to start taking them at this point. It is 3rd and 5. So, you know what? If they can get a stop here on 3rd down, they'll take another one, make it 4th down. I would assume that Cedar would go for the punt there. You're too deep right now into Snow Canyon territory to try to keep things on your side. I think you got to go with the punt here if Snow Canyon makes the stop. If that is the case, there is another chance of life for the Warriors to try to, walk this off as the clock hits 0. There's a chance for that. But you've got to make sure that the defense does their job here. I still feel like you maybe go handoff here. I do. They're probably not. They're sending 5 out. They're going to say, let's just run it and see what happens with the receiving core.
And now that receiving core is going to catch the slant across the middle for a big first down. Red's going to move the sticks, and guess who? Hunter Burgess.
Hey, I'm okay being wrong in this scenario. Again, the ground and pound game has worked really well for the Reds here. They throw out 5 receivers, and you just know, this is definitely going to be a passing play here. It worked well. Burgess got himself open, and you're moving the chains one more time. Snow Canyon's back is against the wall. The Reds are looking like they might take away their win again, right? Another win for the Reds. Their second of the season if they can get it here tonight. And coming off of a loss to Pineview last week, this would be a good redemption here for the Reds.
The clock winds as we tick under 2 minutes on the Wilkinson's House of Lighting scoreboard, as now the Reds looking to put this one on ice. Man in the gun. Looks to the sideline for instruction. He's letting the clock tick as low as he can. That play clock running down. He's going to wait to the very last second and then take the snap. And then it's up the middle to DeMille. Breaks the tackle at the first level. He's going to surge forward to the second level and be dragged down for about a 5-yard gain on first down as the clock is going to go under. Oh, we got another
timeout.
Timeout.
And that's Snow Canyon's final timeout as well. So keep that in mind as we are coming down to the wire here. Snow Canyon not having any timeouts left. Even if they could make stops and even if they could try to keep Cedar at bay, they would have to get really crafty with using the field to their advantage. And right now it just doesn't look like that it really might not be the case. It really looks like Snow Canyon might be in more trouble than they would like right now. Second down. Of course, if the Reds get a first down here, they can walk this thing all the way out, and they could win this game 10-6 just like that.
Yes, it will be the victory formation if they're able to pick up one more first down. So, Jackson Mann with his cohort, Braxton DeMille, in the pistol. Takes a snap. He's going to get a running start for DeMille, but he's going to be met in the backfield. Driven back. Brody Lounsbury. Not his night on offense tonight, but he's like, hey, I'm going to make a play in the backfield, get a TFL, try and keep my team in this one.
Well, that TFL was a bit of a resurgence of life for the Warriors. They still need to get a couple stops, but, I mean, there's just not enough time. There's nothing you can do here right now if you're the Warriors besides just hold strong on defense and do your thing.
Now we take under a minute.
At best, you're looking at maybe 10 seconds of clock, I think. I don't know exactly where they're at right now on the play clock.
And now, man, trying to get the defensive line to jump. And I think he did.
Yeah, they got him.
I think he did. 3rd and 7. Not going to be good enough for first down, but going to make it 3rd and 2. 3rd and short. Much easier situation for Braxton DeMille or Jackson Mann, whoever decides to run it. Timeout, Cedar.
Okay, so they were looking for a delay a game is what it was eventually going to with the timeout taken. So in my mind, this game's wraps. I mean, Cedar's just kind of waiting this one out at this point. I mean, with Snow Canyon not having any timeouts left themselves, I mean, not much you can do. I mean, you run the ball around for a couple of seconds and you're basically you're good. I mean, this is tough territory for the Warriors to be in. They obviously took the lead first, and they just could never get it back. This Reds defense was way too good. They took the ball away 3 times, 3 interceptions, if I'm not mistaken, right, Paulie? So we're seeing a defense right now that the secondary is locked in. This is one of the best secondaries that I have seen in a while, and that's 2 games in a row now that the Reds are showing what they're capable of.
All right, fans getting on their feet here for this play. As Mann going to throw it. He's got a nice roll, but he's going to get hit and sacked. Backfield, but it's going to be a penalty.
It is going to be a penalty because he took the knee first and then he got hit. And I don't know if I'm a big fan of this penalty call. It's correct, but when you're the defense, and watch it here, as a defender, maybe you don't see that he took the penalty. You're already going. You have to back off, and that's so much easier said than done. But it is indeed a penalty. I'm not opposed to calling it, but also I don't love it. I don't know. It's a tough play.
Yeah, it is. I mean,
letter of the law, that is a correct flag, but
it's contact on the quarterback when he's declared himself defenseless. Yes.
Yeah.
So it's going to be 15 yards, and
that's
pretty much end this game.
That'll be automatic as well, so this will end the game.
36 seconds left, and Snow Canyon is already marching it off. This has been called, and this will bring out the victory formation for Coach Ty Hyatt and the Reds, who've got to feel good about this one. Trailing 6-0 at halftime. Big Isaiah Thompson touchdown strike. But the Reds just kept battling, and their fans getting on their feet here, making some noise as we are seeing what every football fan loves to see, the victory formation.
And the clock runs here on 1st and 10. So, again, once they snap the ball, they still will have to snap the ball, but that will officially do it.
And that'll do it for us as the Cedar City Reds and Legacy Field find a way to defeat our Region 9 our old Region 9 rival, Snow Canyon, 10-6 on the Wilkinson's House of Lighting scoreboard as the final seconds tick off. The handshake lines are assembling, and once again, we've had a thriller in our Boulevard Home game of the week. Well, how about we hop into our awards? How about that?
Yeah, we got to hand out some awards for sure. I think the first thing here I want to start out with is our Appliance Wholesalers Plus Playmaker Play of the Game, and it was that pickoff in the end zone.
Yes.
It took all hope away from Snow Canyon. You get into the end zone, and all of a sudden, hey, it's a Snow Canyon lead, and you got to fight back. But no, the Cedar Reds instead, they take it away. Noah Bencomo gets the pick in the end zone. We'll watch it here on our, again, Appliance Wholesalers Plus Playmaker Play of the Game. No question to me, because that was the game-sealing interception that gave Cedar the win.
That's right, as the Playmaker Play of the Game is presented by the local Playmakers and Appliances AWP Shop. Quality selection and factory direct savings across from the Bloomington Walmart. Now let's get into our Jersey Mike's sub of the game. How about that? Who are some candidates for our Jersey Mike's sub of the game in your mind, Cade?
That's tough. Just because this is a game where the starters really were ringing true and ringing strong. And, I think, and this maybe isn't a sub, I'm maybe going to go a cop out here, but we'll go, how about underclassmen of the game here for this one? I got to go with Austin Garrett, okay? He wasn't necessarily a sub, but as a sophomore coming in and playing as well as he did. I mean, he probably had, 5 catches or so for maybe about 40
got
yards.
His bell rung early.
Yeah, he got his bell rung really early. But I'd say he probably had somewhere between 30 to 40 yards or so. And you know what? You like that from a team that doesn't have a big passing game. The sophomore showed up for you. He's going to be maybe the future of what this passing game could be. So expect that. That's going to be huge. Check out this play. That was one of the big catches that he had. Pirouette on the football field.
Yeah.
And man, he definitely has got to be our recipient of the Jersey Mike's Award.
I got a nominee as well. How about Stockton Street? If you're going to go a sophomore, I'll go a sophomore. He had a lot of tackles. He was everywhere, all over the field. Had that big deflection on the sideline. So those are our 2 Jersey Mike's subs of the game. That's going to be Austin Garrett and Stockton Street, your recipients tonight.
I want to go a little different here when we're talking about our Findlay Subaru star of the game. And we're, of course, thankful for Findlay Subaru being one of our great sponsors. Check them out on the saving side of the freeway. I want to go to the defensive side of the ball. And there's so many guys that you could go with here. But, we called this name over and over and over again. And I think you got to go with someone like a Rake Marsh. I think that someone like him needs to be in that conversation on at least the defensive side, if you want to go with that. I think that you also need to take a look at, obviously, Noah Bencomo. He got that pick. We had Hunter Burgess. He got a pick as well. I mean, the defense altogether was so good. I think that you've got to give some credit in those places. And maybe it is a Hunter Burgess. And here he is right now getting this takeaway. He had that one, but then he follows it up on the offensive side, so maybe it's him. I think maybe he can go a full defensive and offensive, and Hunter Burgess has done it all as well. So maybe you're looking at a few guys that are very deserving of the award. Where do you go on the final takeaway? Who's the guy taking it home?
I liked Burgess's game. He had a pick. He had some offensive chunk plays, but I'll side with you. I'll let you make the final determination.
I'm going to go as good as all of these guys have been. I got to go Hunter Burgess here. He did it on both sides of the ball. Rake Marsh, I think, is like right there. He's on the podium. He's just on number 2, He's still on that podium, but he's right there making big plays as well. So all across the board, though. And then Braxton DeMille, yes. he's the workhorse guy.
Absolutely.
He's going to get a lot of credit. Don't get me wrong. He's always going to be the guy that gets credit. But with what the defense did, holding Stokanian to only 6, I think the defense needs a little love there, and Hunter Burgess did a lot on defense. He did it on offense as well. So, I think maybe Hunter Burgess is the guy.
That's right. Defense doesn't get enough love. What if the old adage, defense wins championships, they always say.
Well, and this is a team that's coming off a championship. So
that's right.
How about it?
As the post-game show today brought to you by Johnson Pediatric Dentistry. Dr. Cody helps kids feel right at home. New patients receive a cleaning, x-ray, and exams for just $79. Call 435-656-0511 today. Well, maybe on Monday you can get up Dr. Cody.
Yeah, I don't know if they're answering the phones at 9:10 at night.
Yes, probably not on a Friday night.
But maybe you leave them a message and they'll get back to you.
They will get back to you in a timely manner. And let's get to our Flynn Company's Region 9 scoreboard. Let's take a look around the region and see how the rest of the teams are doing before we sign off here. We got a little earlier start. Some of the other teams, weather delays and other things throughout the night. So, here we go. The Flynn Company's Region 9 scoreboard. Last update we had, Northridge led Dixie 7-3. Desert Hills led Salem Hills 6-0. Hurricane smashing Murray 35-7. And elsewhere in Region 9, we had the Crimson Cliffs Mustangs up 35-7 over Cedar Valley. Campbell, we heard how they were so good with all the Division I prospects in a tight one with Pineview, 21-17. And our game you just watched here on the Fan Sports Network, the Cedar Reds defeat the Snow Canyon Warriors 10-6. And I think that's going to do it for us, for Caden Formaster, for our producer Tara Atkin, for our camera guy Henrik, for myself, Paul Ratliff. We're going to sign off here from Legacy Field at Cedar High School. It's been a great night. Have a great night, everybody out there, and we'll see you next week for more Region 9 football.